Yo, look at that. Hogan's Alley. Hi, wrestling fans. Is it me or does this room just get cooler and cooler each time we get together? Welcome to another episode of Mystery Titan Theater. My name is Travis Voloshin. Great to have you back. This is going to be a great one. You're going to enjoy it with the Wolfman, Joe Danzo, the two fellas hanging out in Philly, him and Johnny. So enjoy that. I just want to tell you to join the Patreon. You got to give us a little bit of scratch, but you get some really great stuff. Just uploaded recently Joe's pick, and it has some really great stuff in it. Yeah, our guests always pick an extra match there that you can only see on the Patreon. So see info for that in description below, as well as our Twitch, twitch.tv/JarvisWashMachine. Give us a subscribe or a follow there as well. Like and subscribe this video. Tell your friends. And I will tell you what's coming up. April 20th, 420, we got Pete Schermacher, the three true Titans, the three real Titans. The three real Titans are going to be, the three real Titans of wrestling are going to be together for the first time in a long time. So we're really excited for that. And Pete's a great friend to all of us. So it's going to be fun to have hang out with him. And then on May the 4th, may the 4th be with you, my Star Wars buddy and Boom compadre, go to boomprowrestling.com. Marta Wesselhoff will be joining us for the second time. She's awesome. And then our old friend Kevin Lyon on May the 18th. June the 1st, Nick Pesky McGregor, great wrestler in town. June 15th, the Frightful Four, back with James Hamilton. June 22nd sees the return of Matt P. July 6th, for the second time this year, Steve Williams, not Dr. Death. July 20th, the return of the beautiful and hilarious Jenny Smith. August 3rd, I'm really excited to announce we have Todd Quality, a local wrestler, really, really funny guy, amazing talent. Really looking forward to that one. And then August 17th, yes, that's right, I booked all the way up to August 17th, just because I'm so excited to work with some of these old friends and new. We have JT Rosero, the return of our boy from Place to Be Nation and an No-So connection. And I can finally put this thing to rest because this is the transition. I'll explain as we go. We got these ones at the end here. So if you have a tie-dye t-shirt, you want to move that over to a Reality Sucks t-shirt and then a Steely Dan t-shirt. If you like Jerry Garcia's guitar play, you're going to move over to Grant Green and Black Ace, and then eventually Walter Becker, the great Walter Becker, the late great Walter Becker. And then if you're Casey Jones, you want to move over next to Champagne Charlie, and then Hoops McCann. And finally, I didn't know about this middle one here, but if you are into Grateful Dead, next one over is Bruce Hornsby, and then eventually Steely Dan. That's me retiring, making fun of that wonderful, wonderful man, or taking shots, or whatever the hell I was trying to do here at these intros. Johnny Hedgepeth, who said he skips them, and that's why I keep saying these wonderful things about him now. Because about a year ago, almost exactly a year ago, I decided to start listening to Steely Dan, as any 46-year-old man should. I say that 100% should, because it was a transformative experience, and me realizing that they are the greatest American rock band of all time, and I just noticed all these virtuosic musicians, and it made me think, okay, well, you know, Grateful Dead are known for having virtuosic, especially Jerry. So I wanted to see what the connection was, and I found this article that showed that, I thought maybe there could have been some sort of connection between me and Johnny, but I think now. It really is a perfect. I'll link in the description to what it says about Steely Dan and where this thing came from, this orange piece of paper that I no longer need to keep on my desk anymore. It's a really long intro, but I hope you enjoy it. I don't know if you guys have been playing Balatro, but it's a really fun game. And there's Boom Pro Wrestling here in Vancouver, BC. Friday, April 26th. Still have tickets on sale for Spring Fling, so I'll include links for that too. Enjoy this show. We love you for following, and we'll talk to you all soon, and give us your money. Hey guys, happy Mania weekend. Listen this promo, and then we'll do the intros.
Notwithstanding the big match between the Iron Sheik and Sergeant Slaughter, you've got a crack at the former Marine prior to that out at the Cape Cod Coliseum.
You know, I'd give anything in the world to get my hands on him before the Sheik got his hands on him.
You're going to do it.
Because after the Sheik gets his hands on you, boy, or after I get my hands on you, ain't nobody gonna want you anymore. We're gonna make mincemeat out of you, boy. We're gonna make dog meat out of you. We're gonna beat you up so bad, and you're talking about combat boots in Vietnam. I never seen a soldier in my life while I was in Vietnam wear steel-toed combat boots, you idiot. There ain't a lot there. You're a goof. You ain't got everything upstairs. But Cape Cod, wherever that is, I'll get there.
New England area.
I don't care if your whole family lives there. I don't care if your mama lives there. I don't care if your daddy and your mama lives there together. I don't care if your mama lives with another man there. I want Sergeant Slaughter there. And I don't care if you bring your mama with you, Sergeant Slaughter. I'll slap her like a dog. I don't care if you bring your daddy. I'll beat him like a dog. See, I just don't care. You know what I mean?
I believe there's an
Well, bring
attitude
your family
problem there,
with you.
yes.
I believe you got a problem.
I don't have
You
any-
look like you got a problem. You're getting thin on the head. You're ugly. I don't like you. You got a bad...
He's still trying to crack him. They've had to stay close on
Mhm.
Dr. D.
You both might be from Cape Cod. So just bring the whole family and line them up, because I'd like to slap about 15 or 20 of them plumb silly after I get through with you, Sergeant.
Very much. Dr. David Schultz, outspoken.
You're welcome.
Monday, June 4th.
That was a classic promo.
Fantastic. All right. Welcome back to Mystery Titans Theater, everybody. The long con will never end. My name is Travis Woloshin. I'm joined as always by the Chief J Historian, the third Brain Buster, and the Ken Burns of Wrestling, Kelly Nelson. Kelly, how are you?
Yo.
And oh man, this is a big day for everybody, but mostly for these two guys because they are in the same city together. Starting with your buddy and mine, Johnny Hedgepeth, who is back in Philly. How you doing?
Okay,
buddy?
okay. I have to correct you. You keep doing this. We're not in Philly. None of us are in Philly.
Oh, okay. Pardon me. Pardon me.
We're in New Jersey, motherfucker.
Yeah, but where were you? Were you in Philly last night?
No, that was in New Jersey as
That's
well.
in New Jersey. That show. Oh, crazy. Cool. All right. Well, I sorry. Well, Johnny Hedgepeth, how are you?
Feeling Jersey proud, Travis. How you doing?
Great. Well, really, Joe, the Jersey kid, Diamond Joe Danzo, the Wolfman. How you doing, buddy?
Good, man. Good. It's great to see you guys, and I'm looking forward to this.
Always great to be. What it would be, the Monster Society of Evil? Is that what it was?
Monster Society of Evil. We came up.
That's a good one.
All right, so we got. Go ahead, Putski.
Oh, so Joe, you know, you take it. How did the long con originate? We're doing something called the long con.
First, Killer Khan died, and then we decided to it all. We did.
But wasn't there an accident? But wasn't there an accidental like the next time it was Killer Khan, and we're like,
we might. Yeah, the next show it was just a coincidence that he was on the Philly card that we were watching. So it was 2 in a row then.
And then ever since, it's probably, I don't know, we're probably up to about double digits now, I'd guess.
Yeah, matches.
No, it's not that.
No. It's matches or interview segments, Joe. And we're determined that we're now running the long con. We're gonna do something Killer Con on every episode of the show until we literally cannot find any more Killer Con.
Well, you remember our little for years disagreed about the card. I said it was Killer Con Hogan. You kept saying no, it wasn't, and then it was.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, guys. Besides the famous guy spitting an oyster on me story, with Danzo there, the other thing was I remembered it as Kamala and not Killer Khan for the longest time, and before the internet. Me and Danzo would just argue about it, and I was completely wrong.
Hilarious. It's just like one of those things that you'd never know for the longest time. Like I remember we'd always hear "Here I Go Again" on the radio on classic rock, and I could never hear who it was. So me and our buddy Chris Weisenberger were always trying to figure out who sang, and he's like, "It was a Foreigner." And then he's like, no, it wasn't. It was a band called Hot Blooded. And I'm like, no, dude, that's the name of a Foreigner song. I remember we were trying so hard, but you could have just looked that dumb shit up.
Hey, did we see Outback Jack that night?
Yes, we did.
Yes, the legend.
That's the night with the kid.
Oh, man.
Listen, you two.
Oh, because we were booing the faces all night.
Right.
This guy freaked out at the end. Yeah.
Yeah, remember? And he's like, listen, I had to listen to you two assholes all night, but Hulk Hogan's coming out now, so shut up. And we just
Go
doubled
Hogan,
it.
go.
And we just doubled it. And that's why the guy fucking hocked a loogie on me.
Hilarious.
I love it. I love it.
What's that?
You wouldn't have loved it if it hit you, dude. It was.
He knew better. He knew
gross.
better.
I said before we
He
went
saw
live,
the
I was
10-inch cannons.
telling Kelly I had. I was telling Kelly we ordered some, unfortunately, not that good sushi. So yeah, talking about oysters is making me feel great.
Especially if you get sushi at the gas station. That's always a good choice.
For me, it was Safeway. It made me puke.
Yeah, there you go.
Ugh, gross. Nice.
But that's my fault for buying it at Safeway.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, I love this guy, Kuwait Wrestling. He has all the old school 80 WWE cards.
Cool, good to know. So that's how Q8. That's how I was trying to figure that out. That
He's from
explains
Kuwait.
why.
If you listen
that
a lot of them,
explains why
you could hear them, announcing the matches and
those characters afterwards.
Arab.
Yeah, it's all. When I first heard it, I was like, "What is this?" And I looked. I'm like, the announcing is in Kuwaiti. I'm like, and then you remember they did tours of Kuwaiti. I mean, is there Kuwaiti TV going all the way back here?
It's all from the early '80s, but they weren't touring at that point. But for some reason, their TV was being aired there.
Yeah, I just find that fascinating. Also, or Dick and Cal learned Kuwaiti.
And now for our brothers in Kuwait. And it's just entirely fluent. And I didn't want to try to. Like, it would only be offensive if I tried to do.
No, they're not in these tense times.
Cal as
But the date on the video is wrong. This isn't 1984.
84?
Yeah. It's not 84. That's what it says on the video.
82. Right?
Is that Super 8?
I'm thinking either 80.
No,
it could be.
I
think it is. Yeah, I think it is
Super 8.
Yeah, without a mustache. Nice Super 8 sighting.
Okay.
I think it's
so Joe,
81 or 82.
Okay. So Joe, let me explain the Super 8 thing. When Kelly and I and Pete and the guy I was just telling you about who went right-wing nutso, we're doing our podcast, we spotted this gigantic man in the crowd at the Spectrum with a giant Super 8 camera just filming the matches, and we called him Super 8, which was a joke about the camera and his weight. And he's in the crowd at the Spectrum at he became a
most
guy
of the shows
all the time.
Wow.
And
where's his collection? That's what I want to know.
Yeah,
that's what we always said.
The rest of his collection looks like Bob Crane's collection.
Even though it was only the first time we saw him in the crowd that he ever had the camera.
You're gonna get sued for slander by that guy's family, Johnny.
It was confiscated at the end of the show.
Kevin says Cal Rudman gushing over Tony Gurria is wonderful in all languages.
That's true.
Hammer time.
He does the little hammer dance before he tries to. He had a brief resurgence in 1990.
Wow.
Fast count from
this must have been
it's fucking Worley.
Worley. Favorite ref.
Worley's a piece of shit.
The whirling dervish himself.
Khan must have been exiting the territory. He's doing a clean job.
Weird that this is stretched. That might be how Kuwait's able to get this on.
Hey,
that was not bad though. And there's Capetta.
Here's another thing. For years and years and years, Joe had told me this story about his parents having to deal with this WWF ref. Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Woo!
This is another streak we got going.
Energy.
Fuck Michigan.
I'm talking about the real thing.
He looks great.
He went to the University of Minnesota. What is it? Michigan versus
Ladies and gentlemen, President Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Very similar, actually.
Flair just had a melanoma taken off of his nose before he filmed this.
Yeah.
Michigan versus everybody. Okay.
Just profusely vomit.
What happened to my idol, man?
All right.
Yeah, I know.
There you go. Hey Joe. Hey Joe. If you think that's the last time I'm going to make fun of your idol on this show, you
got another thing coming.
Here we go. This is when Joe and I were falling in love with him for the first time, though. Was this Worldwide Wrestling?
That's what's his name? Sam Houston, right?
Sam Houston. This
breaking
was Sam Houston
breaking
getting his
Ole's
revenge.
like yeah. Okay.
Getting his
This was
revenge
like
on
Michael
Ole.
about
Sam.
a month ago, month and change. It feels like now that we last watched.
How I missed this.
This was the
Good to be
best.
back.
You could sit there and just watch this for hours.
It instantly became my favorite wrestling.
Yep.
I again, right, Joe. I was like, I'd watched WWF. I discovered AWA. I discovered this, and I was like, this is the best wrestling.
Even the magazines made it seem so. That was the only way I could follow it.
Yep. There he is.
Babyface Ron Bass.
The Outlaw.
Yeah, babyface Ron Bass.
The Lawman. Ron Bass.
Team champions Ivan Koloff, Nikita Koloff, and Crusher Khrushchev, the Barbarian, and many more. The World Tag Team Champions also here.
Joe, were you with me? Joe, were you with me at the Civic Center show where the security guards were, for whatever reason, were like completely walking the wrestlers down and not letting anyone just kind of reach out to, get a high five? It was crazy. It was like the only time they ever did it.
Which one was that? Do you remember any of the matches?
Well, here's what I remember. I remember Rod Bass had just turned babyface, and he's coming back from winning his match, and he's trying to get high fives to get over as a babyface after being heel forever. And he's a giant man, and these people are pushing the crowd, and he just reached his giant arms over him with getting high fives from people.
I don't remember that, but I think almost every card you went to at that point, we went together.
Yeah, you just killed a man, Ron. Thank you.
I went to 2 with my dad, and you weren't with us. And one of those we were sitting on the floor, so it could have been that one. Okay, I tell you this. You might remember this then. On the card I'm talking about, the Rock and Roll Express were coming out, and instead of the song I Loved by ELO, they came out to Starships We Built.
I was there. I remember that. Me and you were like, what the fuck? That's not their theme song.
Sucks. That song sucks.
It does.
I'm here with Bachelor number 1. Totally looks like what? Now, what's the name? What's your ideal lady, Tony?
3 fingers.
Yeah, it's sort of.
Now it's 1.
Tony's like, I want to marry a woman who, in her older age, becomes a Fox News devotee.
Magnum TA went after him. Let's see what Magnum TA did to Wahoo McDaniels.
Yeah, they're giving you a little background here. They're giving you a little highlight of Magnum's career.
Going way back here.
Yeah.
When, I'm sure I've asked this before, but when does the accident happen for Magnum?
About a year from
later.
Yeah.
This is just, for some reason, they're like, hey, we need to remind
This is
everyone.
March, but the footage, or the rest of the footage is from what, August or September?
I believe. Late August.
On this episode, for whatever reason, they're doing this. Hey, everybody, remember Magnum TA? Let's show you some highlights. Oh, there it is.
Nice belly.
The best.
Thank you, Joe.
I
did it.
The happiest day of his life.
Okay.
And they come back for commercial, and here's his worst. He's in the bed. Nah, it's me.
That'd be a comp. Yeah.
Wow. So now we're going to hear from Bachelor number 2. It's just like a gay dating game.
Blanchard is one of the toughest men in wrestling. He was a man who had held on to that world television title longer than any man around. He had lost that title during
my boy Tully.
Dream Dusty Rhodes, and had lost Baby Doll. And everybody thought, well, Tully Blanchard was on his way down, that he had lost everything. However, I'm sure Magnum TA will...
Oh, that's what they're doing. They're telling the story of how it... Okay, what they're doing here is they're telling the story of how how the Tully Magnum feud started, and how it evolved from the Baby Doll and Dusty stuff.
Right.
Magnum right there, pounding away on Tully.
Magnum pounding away on Tully.
Closed fist.
He's gonna come on him like no man's ever
Yeah,
come
I was
on
gonna
the other man
say.
before.
Yeah. We saw that
Yeah.
a couple months back.
Uh-huh.
They have to show it's like this was a pay-per-view or something. They have to show stills like they used to do.
Yeah, make you watch. Buy it.
Yeah, I don't know where that was from.
That's what they do every year to show you highlights from Starcade. It was that great music from the sequel to Saturday Night Fever.
Here's our boy.
Yeah, it's Frank Stallone.
Oh yeah, Frank Stallone. Yeah.
Hilarious. Was the Raging Bull just twerking there? Did I see?
Mm-hmm.
What can't he do? You want some of that cake?
He is a baker.
That's right. Fresh loaf for you, motherfucker.
Ooh, nice.
That's good. Who's he facing here?
No idea.
I don't know. I don't think we've seen him before.
No.
It might be Mike Davis.
Is it the Cat Weasel? You know who we haven't seen in a long time is Cat Weasel. Remember him from the
No, we're not going to see him.
We're not going to see him at NWA. I know. We've
I
got
don't
to
think
seek
he
out
ever
some
left.
more.
I'll make a
We've
note
got to
of
get
that.
yeah.
Kingdom.
You know
I'll
who
make a note
needs
of
to
that.
see Cat Weasel is James. Next time we have James on, we're gonna have Cat Weasel. I was watching that one with that was the Queen show we did with our buddy Taro.
Mm-hmm.
So Joe, Travis, I don't think Joe has heard this story, but please fill Joe in on when you first saw your new favorite wrestler in the world.
He's been it's now my old favorite wrestler. Like we've been watching this for so long. I'm sure, like, cause Joe, I watched the last show when Joe was on, and it was an NWA thing. So I probably told you that he reminds me a lot of Dave from Dave's Killer Bread. Do you remember that, Joe? You know Dave's Killer Bread. You ever seen that?
Yes.
That's who he's always reminded
the guy
me
with
of.
the guitar.
Yes.
Shit. And there's a wrestler I have booked for my show in May, and boom, I get to book an entire show. And there's a wrestler who kind of looks like Manny Fernandez, a little more slim, but he's also going to be there in April. And I tried to pitch to Max that he'd have a Dave's Killer Bread gimmick, but Max that I then saw on Max's Instagram, he put out a poll. Does anyone know who Dave from Dave's Killer Bread is? And it was like a solid 64 to 36. So I don't know. I don't think it's gonna happen though. I don't think it has legs. I don't think it's really gonna rise. If you know what I'm saying.
Well, that's why there's editors.
Yeah.
You're the Vince Russo of Boom. That's a terrible gimmick.
Taking it all down.
It's gonna kill the territory once Travis says it.
You're not gonna kill the territory. You're gonna kill that guy's career. What the fuck is this? You should make him like Manny Fernandez, that he's a compulsive liar. Make that into his character and
Pretty
make
good.
that over the top.
Very good. Or like all the worst.
But just
silly, like your standard wrestling lies. Like he can talk about how I worked so much. I worked 368 days last year.
Yeah.
Like Hogan, something like that.
Levels.
Like those kind of things.
Take it to Boom levels without being too ridiculous. That'd be fucking hilarious.
Kyle's got him coming in the month before.
I'll tell you what. You have a young guy. You have him talk about that he also served in Vietnam. That'd be fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This has got to be Mike Davis.
Word would get out to Manny, and he'd have to re-record another No BS podcast.
Yeah, no, I'm bringing it back. I'm bringing back the podcast, Daddy.
No BS.
Yeah, the Bulls got something to straighten out. If I ever make my way to Vancouver with all the draft dodgers and the hippies.
Oh, not bad.
That's how Cheech Marin.
There it is. Say goodnight.
And for those keeping score, Tommy Lane was the enhancement talent in that match.
Okay, Tommy Lane was the tag team partner of Mike Davis. They were the Rock and Roll RPMs.
Right.
That great team.
it was LP and what was
Yeah,
the other
for a while
guy?
it was LP and something. Dusty.
45.
Yeah, something like that. That was such a dusty idea. I love the Rockwell RPMs, baby, but if you're gonna be records, we're gonna name you after records, daddy, because that's gonna get over, baby.
I'm gonna call you Jolene because that's my favorite recording. What? Come on, man. That doesn't make any sense. The bull just keeps raging on. Da, 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 da.
It's the NWA coming to Covington at Casey.
Here, we're here at
Covington,
La
Virginia.
Coliseum, or La Coliseum in Quebec City. He looks like he's the old hockey night in Canada.
Hockey, yeah.
Just needs the badge.
Greensboro. Johnny and I were there.
Yep. Starcade 86. The night of the Skywalkers.
Ah, Mr. Tony Atlas's hometown.
That's right.
It's my birthday.
Again, Joe, I think it is one of my favorite things about wrestling or any human being is Tony Atlas right now, and always has been, totally upfront on Main Street about liking to get stomped by women's feet.
Yep, I've seen it.
Everyone sees it on Twitter now, and they're like, "Wow, he's so open." There's promos of him in the early '80s. He has T-shirts that say, "Ladies, ask to step on my face," and shit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Okay, Denzo, you have to do the impression this time. You got to do the Crusher impression when they're talking about the Road Warriors. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, you want me to do it now or?
Yeah, do it.
Road Warriors, Warriors of the Road.
So it's said.
Johnny's mentioned that more than once on the show. I'm glad we finally got
I've done it. I've told that.
Yeah.
I've told that story because it goes
almost as much as the oyster story.
Yeah. But these are the foundational stories
That's right.
of our
That's
mythology.
Right. The pillars.
Uh-huh. But it was always
this is what got us hooked in wrestling.
Yeah, it was always Ivan with a great promo. Usually was the order, and then Nikita would be awesome in his own weird way, just being like this guttural, like "I'll kill you," and then so they're all growly, and then right over to Crusher and Road Warriors, Warriors of the Road,
Dusty Rhodes, Magnum, the boss.
So funny they never explained it in Crockett why he didn't have an accent.
Yeah, they mentioned.
Well, he was a sympathizer, right? And
yeah,
what was it?
Well, I don't know, but Johnny says they didn't really.
Mid-South.
Yeah, it came from Watts. Yeah.
Yeah, but they never really talked about it on Crockett, so it was kind of like,
true.
What?
And that security guard.
Oh, well, now that we're back in Kansas, Tony, that was...
we can't afford color there.
For only half the show.
And you were there? And Magnum was there?
Give justice the way he feels he should. He really is, David, and you're right. Magnum.
I'm going to have to go with Magnum for tonight's date.
Jeez, well.
You didn't have to show me any more than that belly to belly. And I'll be honest with you, David. I'd like to go belly to belly with him.
Well, hold on, Daddy. If there's anybody you want to go belly to belly with,
just like it, I like to hurt people. Never touching tips.
This is a weird episode. They're showing lots
Cowboy
of
Bob Orton.
What the hell?
Mm-hmm.
No,
it's Ray Trainer.
Ah, I was at the
right. We've seen this multiple times.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this is awesome.
I got a noise complaint. You ladies aren't making enough noise.
Bachelorette party strippers.
Yeah.
Quick editing there.
Because it got dark, or it got pretty blue.
Hey, Tony. I call justice. You know, Johnny Weaver said it right.
When you order Manny Fernandez from Wish.
That is correct. Magnum TA, he came in.
All right, yeah, here we get to see the Andersons beat the shit out of these poor bastards.
And put him down. And he is still gonna
Highlight of every week.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because, like, Joe, I remember at this time, I didn't like the Andersons tag team. I kind of thought they were boring, and which meant I was stupid. Them. You know, I don't know. There was some. It was I liked Arn, but I thought Ole. I didn't appreciate Ole. I totally do now.
Ole Oxenfree.
Yeah. Like when we went to Starrcade, there was this.
Oh, that match was awesome. The cage.
Yeah, but
the cage.
There was always
that's great.
There was this initial little feeling of, well, the real main events are the scaffold match and Flair and Nikita, and that's in the Omni, and we get the tag team titles and
the First Blood
and Dusty and Tully again, and
our matches were better.
Yeah, the matches were totally better. All of our matches were way better. And Jimmy Valiant got to finally beat Paul Jones after 3 years, and I was there. I mean, but there was.
That was the key. Yeah, like it didn't really matter.
But there was this feeling. I felt like, wait, I'm not going to get to see the scaffold match. I wanted to see that in person.
Yeah, that match sucked anyway. And then the Flair Nikita match was just a setup for the bunkhouse brawl thing that they did.
Dude, that show
because everyone ran into the ring at the end.
It was a double disqualification in the main event of Starrcade, and that's I remember,
that wasn't a fresh matchup either.
And we were.
The thing I tell everyone that we always laugh about was the redneck throwing the chair in the ring and then trying to squat down that like. He was still sitting
on the chair. Yeah, I've heard that story a few times.
Oh no, I've told that story numerous times. About
at
the end,
that's probably the funniest thing I ever saw in
wrestling. I'm still sitting here.
Exactly.
And we saw some funny stuff.
Okay, Danzo, I am on the record of saying that the funniest thing I've ever seen at a wrestling show was Starrcade '86. The chair hits ringside. We looked right over because we could see him as clear as day from where we were sitting in the third row. And that hillbilly was drunk as shit, trying to pretend to sit in an invisible chair while he was wobbling. And gets carried away by the security, kicking and fucking screaming.
Oh my God.
I never laughed before my goddamn life.
That sounds magical.
That's the funniest.
Sounds formative.
The other thing was at the Philadelphia Civic Center. The black guy, they always had the blonde wig, sunglasses, and the robe.
The black nature.
And all night he just went, woo! Woo!
Awesome. Amazing.
All night drinking out of a paper bag. So he had what I did when I used to wrestle Johnny, he took a bathrobe and you put like glue in the back like Nature Boy and pour glitter, let it dry and shake all the the same thing as me. With the blonde wing and sunglasses.
That sounds awesome.
Woo!
We had Kelly for characters was that one old guy who would always just yell hair or choke. He's got a hair. He's got a choke. Hair.
Choke.
Every time. So funny.
He'd sometimes just be frothing at the mouth and so worked up he had to be calmed down by like his son or somebody.
Yeah.
He'd been going to shows since probably the 40s.
Sure.
This was in the early 90s.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was ancient.
Yeah.
He was so into it that everything was totally legit. Yeah. All the heel cheating was totally legit. He's got the hair. He's hair.
Choke rep.
Kelly, I told these guys when I was in California, my friend Dan and I went to wrestling, and there used to be Naked Ass Man. There's this old guy we would run into when we would talk to him, and he'd tell him, I saw this match, and always ended, I saw his naked ass. He said that like 3 times. There's always the Piper Orndorff story. He told it over and over.
Yes.
I saw his naked ass.
That's a legendary feud for the trunks getting pulled down. Well, Piper's trunk.
Yes.
And Naked Ass Man enters the first in the running for the title for this episode of the show.
Love it.
Naked Ass Man.
I've heard that story a lot. It never fails.
Oh, and I forgot to mention, Kelly, he always had a little blood by his ears, like from shaving. He like would nick his not clean it. That added to it.
Oh, what an interesting,
what
a character, man.
Can't make up people like that.
Yeah. That's like Marty Scorsese would kill for that kind of specificity in
I'll give
his
him a call.
character design.
So his next
You
movie
can
is going to be a
smell. I
wrestling
can smell
epic.
the aqua velva on him.
Just about the crowds, though, and the
His
different
naked
fans.
ass. Yeah.
When I go to the bank, you think the guy there when I deposit the money wants to know how I won? No, he doesn't care. As long as you know that to win means you make money, then they better start thinking like we're
Look at
thinking.
that.
Is winning. Because if you win,
I'd like you to meet. Hey, Ollie, I'd like you to meet my wife, Linda.
and nobody that can win.
That's right.
Or anybody else can talk about how Tully Blanchard
Fuck you.
Fuck you and fuck Linda.
you don't know for sure what's going on.
Oh yeah. We do want to hear. Kevin's wondering if we can get a recap of the Dean show, Johnny. You had mentioned your match tonight was Slim J against who is it?
Oh boy, there's so much to get into over the course of this episode.
It looks so cool, man. I watched a lot of it live.
Yeah, trust me, we've got some footage coming up later on that is perfect for some long conversations. So, yeah, stay tuned, Twitch fans. I will just say, Dean show, given what was going on and what it was for, and that being in that crowd, plus that show, might be definitely my number one most favorite wrestling show I've ever been to in my life,
Cool.
bar none.
Cool.
Bar none. And from just like good wrestling goes, just as good. It's like this is like everyone would talk about the five-star shit. There
Right.
was a whole lot of that last night.
Yeah, but just like
That
such a
dog
wide
collar match
variety.
looked so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I was waiting for you to get involved, Johnny, at some point. It's such close quarters. It just looks so punk rock, man.
Yeah, that's what it felt
never,
like too.
and I've, well, you didn't get to hear this, but Dylan Hales is a really good commentator.
Oh yeah, I've heard
never
nothing about how good Dylan is.
Yeah.
I
Makes me want to watch more IWTV.
I got to talk, dude. I talked to Dylan a bit.
Mm-hmm.
We goofed about Will for a second, before the show, while he was busy. Talked a little bit at the end, and then he said, like I said, I don't know if you guys picked this up. Like after the show, he's like, "Hey man," I was like, "Hey man, like great show. Oh, thanks, man." He's like, "Yes, you got name dropped on commentary." I'm like, "What?" And he's like, who are you heckling? He's like, "Who are you heckling? Priest?" I was like, "Yeah, I was heckling Priest." During the Slim J match, and he goes, "Yeah," I yelled something like "Johnny's fired up" or something like that.
Awesome. I must have missed that.
Yeah, it was like who's who of PWO.
Yeah,
posters there.
Yeah, and Vancouver wrestlers.
DVR, of course.
It was more DVR. There was there's some PWO.
Almost.
It was a DVR.
Well, we're talking about it now. When fucking Makabe hits a Death Valley driver near the end of that last match, it was the last like big offensive move he did. It's so cool. Like you knew it was getting near the finish there when he hit that, and the way the place just popped. It's just so inside and esoteric and super sweet. Like it was, it looked awesome, man. It was such a weird experience for me. Like I said, I knew you and all these other people.
This guy's sorry with the arm tricks.
Yes.
Yeah, for some reason. Okay, we'll get to more. Let's get to more. Let's talk. That's your first taste.
Talk about Joel Deaton's horrible arm.
That's your first taste. The first taste is for free. You're gonna get more about the show later. Why is Buddy Landell having to give so much to Joel Deaton?
Joel Deaton.
He must have slept in and missed a show or something, and Dusty's punishing him.
This is your punishment.
I will say this: when I contacted JC, who was from Action, who had asked if anyone who donated wanted to have something in the credits, and first I was like, "Hey, thank me for my quote unquote generous contribution of $20. That'd be funny."
Yeah.
And then I immediately thought, "Oh no, change that to from Mystery Titans Theater." And like 2 days ago, he saw it. He goes, "Oh, I missed this. Sorry, it's already been typed up." I'm like, "Oh.
It's all right. We saw your name in there." We were watching. My wife and I were watching at that point.
Oh, really?
So we saw you get your your name mentioned in the
that's
among
nice.
the sponsors. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was really well put together.
Yeah, I think the thing is, I don't want to talk about it all at once because I could talk about it for
I know.
3 hours.
Yeah, even just me watching it, I could. I'm sure.
But okay, I'll say this: Adam Priest, best heel of the night because he's in there with Slim J, who just got let go by Tony Khan, and who's just the most over baby face
Slap him,
on the
JJ.
show, and and Adam Priest
Tommy
was totally in the ring, being just like, well, no wonder you got fired, and just bringing all that shit up for heel heat, the real life shit. It was awesome. It was so. I love that kind of shit. People are like, oh, I can't believe they're doing that. Why wouldn't they do that? That'd be That's fucking hilarious.
Johnny, was that the first time you were on camera?
No, I was on camera at more than a few
ROH shows.
ROH shows. Yeah, I want to look those up.
Yeah.
It's a shame that you weren't there for that ECW show because you went to get the beers, and me and your friend
and a
were
hot
right
dog
there.
and a hot dog.
Woo!
Okay. Okay, Danzo. Okay, get this. A few days ago, me and my friends from down the shore got together for a night out for a few drinks and
kicks out at
dinner.
one off of that power slam.
Yeah, and that friend is Fowler, and I was talking about going to hang out with you, and Fowler couldn't wait after a couple of cocktails, couldn't wait to tell everyone at the table the story of how I went to go get a hot dog and a beer and missed Sandman and them brawling right next to you guys.
All bloody.
All
right
bloody.
by us. We're right on camera with them.
But also
patting them on the back.
Yeah, but also as I had my hot dog and beer in my hand, I could see it because the place was small, and you guys could see me and were laughing at me. And I got back, and it was over, and I had a bloody seat. And a hot dog.
That's what you get, Mr. Awesome. Hot Dog Man.
Uh-huh.
Hope that ECW Arena hot dog was worth it, Johnny.
I don't know. Again, I don't know what was worse for me, the hot dog or the bloody seat.
This hot dog's been here since 1996, but
dude, that hot dog was extreme
nostalgia.
But this will just between me. We'll sell it anyway. But this will be just between me and you, right? Smashed hats.
Smashed hats.
The worst. The worst.
Blowing off the Band-Aid and the
fly. Yes. The worst food poisoning I've ever had was from a hot dog at Red Deer College. I remember it being crunchy at the end. I didn't think much of it at the time. But I was just...
It's always nice to have a good crunch and
different texture.
You're probably
so the student union
at the
student union buildings really got some haute cuisine.
Yeah.
Nora,
holy shit! Why is this
hot
match
dogs.
so long?
I know.
Insane.
Yeah. Well, if you remember though, back then a lot of their jobber matches would
no, Joe.
Longer.
We've been watching a lot.
They're gassed too, though.
Yeah, Joe. We've been good.
Here we go. Let's put this thing to bed. Yeah,
corkscrew elbow.
Joe,
what the fuck was that? Even Dylan doesn't know what's going on.
Oh, he kicks out.
You're supposed to go 3. He did try to kick out at 3.1.
Another 2.9. Yeah, 3.1.
Okay, Joe, you're right. The jobber matches were longer. We've seen that. This though was way longer than the normal jobber.
Yeah,
matches.
way too long.
What the hell is going on?
Yeah.
They have a lot of
time. Weird one. Who was that jobber? Did we get the name?
I think
he did have some. He had some solid offense. Like that running power slam was good. It came out of nowhere, but it seemed like it pissed off Buddy Landell. Yeah.
So bad though.
Can you believe how long that match was, David?
I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted, and I was just watching.
I saw Ric Flair, and I slapped him right in the face.
I killed a snake outside the door and made this.
Hey, Joe, you know as well as I do. You tell the story. What was the real main event of Starrcade 85?
Oh, Abdullah versus Manny Fernandez. I mean, half the
course.
crowd left after that.
Yeah.
Only rock and roll.
They all left. That's what they came for.
And if you want some of me, baby,
Yeah.
you gotta
That 3-point, Kevin is saying that 3.1 kick out by Joel was because of the power slam kicking out at 1. That was him cashing his receipt, what little he had.
been known to stop a right.
Hey, by the
That's
way,
so
that
funny.
said, Manny Fernandez and Rick Rude, one of my favorite tag teams of all time.
Me
Oh
too.
man, I
They
got to
didn't
see some
last
of
a
those
long
matches.
time, but they were
Dude,
them and
okay,
Adonis and Murdoch, 2 weird matchups.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we love Adonis and
Mhm.
Murdoch on
Awesome
this show.
together.
but okay, Danzo, you remember the Philly Civic Center where we
Yeah.
saw the real R&Rs
Yeah.
ravishing and raging versus the Rock and Roll Express, and those 2 chicks we were hanging out with who were dressed up like the Rock and Roll Express, who were all into it like it was real, and they were a little younger than us but kind of cute.
Whoa,
and,
whoa, whoa! Are we just cracking this thing open right now here, Epstein? What the fuck?
No, we were all underage. We're all
Okay.
underage.
Cool.
Nothing happened.
Continue.
Nothing happened, but it was getting teasy with at least one girl and me.
Yeah. They didn't like us booing their boys.
Yeah, but she said something like, well, I'll kiss you if they can want to make bets. They want to make bets that the Rock and
That's
Roll
right.
Express
Yeah, that's right.
are gonna win the belts back tonight. And we're like, no, they're not. You want to bet on that? Well, what do you want to bet on that? That kind of shit.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And
Sounds like a lot of fun.
And then all I'll say next to was double or nothing on this Ric Flair Barry Windham championship match. Well, Barry Windham all the way. Well, let's bet, honey.
Hilarious.
By the way, is this for the belts? He held the belts in the. Who are these 2 guys they're wrestling?
I don't know. This feels weird. This
No,
episode,
it's not for the belt.
okay,
But
this
that is
episode-
weird, though. He held
New
them up like
champs!
you usually
You're
do in a
right.
championship match.
Yeah, you're right, Joe. This episode feels like they had a lot of filler. They had to get one out, and they're like, the Rock and Rolls and Buddy Landell are gonna have competitive matches against some of the job guys, and there was like a lot of footage. They've used that Magnum Tully footage to fill time. This episode really feels like a greatest hits.
Maybe a bunch of people called out, didn't show up.
Yeah.
He jumps over.
These are the Jeffers brothers,
Uh-oh.
Jim
The
and Mac.
Jeffers brothers, yeah.
It's a main
Were
event in
they-
the arena.
Except
See,
this
in the-
arena, it's
well,
not.
Their father disowned them. That's why they're known as the Jeffers, not the Jeffersons. I don't know. I don't know. Does that make any fucking sense?
Well, one wears knee pads and one does not.
That's how you tell them apart.
A for effort. Well, these brothers, they were individual jobbers. You see, we've seen both of these guys individually job, but you put that
Now,
the Jeffers
together?
together, then they get a
Mhm.
title shot on worldwide.
That
for some
equals one good wrestler. Yeah.
reason.
Come on. Surely we can challenge for the title now. And yeah, they're just as mean as the Andersons, man. They're just a little
Okay.
flashier.
Danzo, that's something we've noticed while we've been doing these shows, watching the Rock and Rolls with jobbers. The Rock and Rolls, for all the hey man, we're the pretty boy, is that the little girlies love. Like in the ring with jobbers, they're pretty much just as mean and nasty as the heels are.
Good, I love it.
And the Midnights too, as we've seen.
Yeah, they're a little nastier,
Yeah.
but the Rock and Rolls will just beat the shit out of a job guy.
Now, if the Jeffers have something to do with it.
Uh-huh. Come on, brother.
Oh, look at this.
One more shot.
Ah, that was quick.
Awesome.
There we go.
Danzo's
Double
new
drop
favorite
kick.
heel
So the
tag.
ladies
team,
scream.
Jeffers.
Jeffers brothers.
Our dream
Jeffers
MTT.
bros.
A dream MTT matchup would be Moondog Spot and Barry O against the Jeffers.
Jeffers.
We were able to track down, remember?
Uh-oh.
Landy was able to track down the one victory of
Rock
Barry O
and
with
roll.
Moondog.
Expressive the Rock in the role. You know, he talks like a conehead.
No, see, no. Yes, hilarious. Hilarious. Everybody's
this.
just.
Yeah,
I can also
beat him.
do.
Oh, that's
We
a
can
good
also
call.
do the American square dancing of the square.
That'd be great if he did the Ric Flair flip over there.
Woohoo!
By the way, why the hell isn't he in the Hall of Fame? I don't care because of the lawsuit thing. He should be in. First
Uncle
guy to
Ivan?
beat
Yeah,
Bruno.
I know.
It's a disgrace.
Yeah. Now that Vince is gone, you'd think eventually maybe.
I think eventually, because did they put him in their legacy wing or no? They did that.
Maybe if there's a mania,
I don't think even that. No.
If there's a mania at the Hubert Humphrey or what's in Minnesota now?
Target Field.
Yeah. Right. No, they always got to time it. Like, there's so much ECW content for the Hall of Fame this year. Like, isn't that where he's from?
No, that's where Khrushchev's from.
Khrushchev's from. Pardon me, I got him mixed up.
Yeah. Koloff's
from
Canadian.
Canada, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Maybe we can do it in see, that's what I think.
I don't think Calgary, it's ever gonna be in Canada again.
If Calgary builds that new arena, it's possible. It's possible.
For WrestleMania, no, because that's just gonna be an arena.
I think Triple H. I think Triple H is going to wait until Vince is on his deathbed and try to time it just like the princess at the end of Braveheart, whispering into his ear as he's dying, Ivan Koloff is going into the Hall of Fame.
That was Vince's secret worst hatred.
That's where it all came from.
Like what?
It's somehow related to those leaves.
No, that's when the snow globe that falls from his hand, but instead of the snow, there's little leaves.
Oh my god. Kevin, I'm drinking Fernie Brewing Company right now. This is the one sour of the night I'm having. It's a mango pineapple sour called Enduro from Fernie. And then I'm going to go back to my usual.
Hey, I'm drinking something different tonight.
Tell me all about it.
So this
Schmahaz
just turned into a real tag match.
Yeah, somehow this is like a SmackDown match or some shit. I don't know.
Because now you have Tommy Young is in the ring.
Teddy Long came out.
They didn't have Keystone Light at the liquor store here in beautiful Lambertville, New Jersey. So it's I'm feeling very hipster tonight. So it's Pabst Blue Ribbon.
PBR, baby. I thought that's what you were gonna say. PBR is good shitty beer. I mean, of all the
I go with the king of the swill, Miller Lite.
Dang. Oh wow.
By the way, Kelly, official sponsor of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh yeah. Well, I would drink it if I was in Philly at a game for sure.
Oh my god.
Choke him out. Choke him. Yeah, beat him.
Hanging Ricky Martin. That's crazy.
I beat
Here come all the baby faces.
Look at these clowns.
Oh man, we got to use that.
Look at that guy.
Oh my. Oh my.
Yeah, Tommy, big bump.
I've been thrown to the floor.
Kevin says PBR helped him become a college graduate with honors. Yeah. PBR was it's a beer I drank most when I was playing softball, beer league softball. A lot of PBR. Wava. You're listening to Wava, and I'm Gary Dreispool. Just rolls off the tongue.
They put so much effort into these station salutes.
There must be a lot of money put into it, or at least enough to keep them to warrant that much time. Yeah. Michelle Goulet, 5 minutes for high sticking.
80s Quebec Nordiques, they were great. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Stastny brothers,
Right.
Goulet.
Who is their goalie? Gosselin, Mario Gosselin.
Yeah, that was kind of I guess
Little
the weak
later.
spot, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
they never had a good goalie.
Mm-hmm.
But the '80s were the decade of there was only like 2 or 3 good goalies
Right.
in the
And they'd
whole
still
decade.
allow like 5 a game, right? Grant Fuhr would allow
Yeah,
so many goals
yeah,
a game, but
yeah. He won a Vesna with like a 3.6 goals against that
insane.
one year.
Insane. Look at those Hitman glasses.
Everybody knows the situation over the United States
Yeah.
heavyweight champion. It's evolved between Charlie Blanchard and Matt
It's
TA.
freshly
In order to
shaved.
get that
No
thing
blood
set
behind the
going,
ears there.
Oh,
but the
looking
I've
good.
been waiting so long
Got his
to
phone.
sign the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship. The Battle of the Nature Boys, if you want to bring it.
Oh, there we go.
And I'm talking about right here in Roanoke at the Civic Center.
So they did have
The
this
Nature
match,
Boy, the only Nature Boy,
They did have matches, yeah.
takes the final
but none
bid
made
to
tape.
Because Flair
Or
was a baby face at this
he's
time.
muted. Johnny, he's muted. Joe is muted. Johnny just like cut a quick 5 on a microphone there,
But
but
you know, the hardest thing the Nature Boy has to do for daytime is decide who he wants to take home with him.
Going
and
for a
which
cigarette break, both of them.
maybe.
is decide which car he wants to drive. Now I know most of you people out there. Hello,
Kevin saying that's what I would get to wear when my pupils would get dilated after with my optometrist. Yeah, those special glasses. If you're gonna drive home,
Mhm. Yeah, they look like someone
look.
senior citizen.
You
would
got
be
me at
wearing.
an inopportune time, Tony, but I'm a man of my word. I said I'd be here. Is it better here? Buddy, is it clearer here? Click. Or here? Click. Boy, when it gets tough, when it's like close, it's like, oh, can you show me again? You don't want to screw that up. Kevin said, obviously, Buddy's eyes were dilated at that time. Well, this is pretty great. I want to see. Are their matches pretty well received?
Well, we saw the one where the Rock and Rolls won the titles. Remember, it was the whole episode. That's
Right.
the greatest. I don't know if there's too much else on tape of the two teams. I'm trying to think if that's a match at the Starcade
like,
coming up.
see, this
I
feels
can't
like
remember.
kind of like really like the feuds reunite or reignited, I should say.
Yeah,
Like in a
and
sort
then you'd
of
have people feuding with multiple people
Right.
at the same time. You never see that in the WWF.
Man, the jobbers. All the stars are here tonight. You know that Norm Macdonald.
No, we've had a
Yeah.
Pareto jobber tonight.
Yeah.
This is Stoney
Boy.
Burke, Ricky Reeves, and Denny Brown. I don't know which is
everybody
which,
in
those are
red.
the 3 names.
Denzo and I just actually got into a conversation for a little bit in the kitchen. I'm like, oh fuck yeah, right, we're doing a show.
Hilarious.
I was curious because he's got a lot. I'm gonna be here for 3 days. I was curious as to what is available through like DoorDash down here in this part of New
Only
Jersey.
spicy pizza. Can you believe it, Johnny? Just like Vancouver. It's chasing you.
No. Yeah, it's it. It's terrible. But no, because this part of New Jersey gets sleepy on a Friday night, and not one pizza is available. The only pizza you could possibly get is from a convenience store.
Oui, 7-Eleven.
It's a exactly Wawa, which is
Wawa. That's in America. Yeah, I don't think there's any Canadian Wawas.
no. Wawa is one of the best because they've actually got an amazing deli. So now I'm looking at that. I'm like, oh.
So you're in the suburbs, I take it?
No, it's sort of kind of. We're in a very old historical southeastern New Jersey. We're like very close to where Washington crossed the Delaware, and it's very small towny. It's where I grew up. I grew up one town over from where Danzo lives. I've said about the Norman Rockwell-esque existence. It's a lot different now clearly, but also clearly, I can't get a pizza at 11 o'clock at night.
Norman Rockwell wouldn't have approved of that.
Stood for that.
That wasn't his America.
Would Norman Rockwell have been MAGA? What do you guys think? Discuss. I'll be right back.
I know nothing about the man. Was he a conservative, Johnny? Do you know?
All I know is that when he moved from the Saturday Evening Post to wherever it was he did in the 60s, he had many a famous work of art clearly in favor of the civil rights movement at the time, in a time when that was divisive. So there's that.
Good.
Robert Gibson.
Rock and rolls are back. Yeah.
All right.
What is this episode?
Hey to my buddy
just
Jay,
make
boss.
up your
We love you,
rule.
buddy. Good to see you here. And Kevin says, Johnny, these dudes are Canadians. They don't know what Washington crossing the Delaware means. Yes, we do. We are inundated with American history, whether
Like
we want to or not.
especially like that history of the American Revolution.
Yeah. You think we don't watch Jeopardy, bruh?
The town I grew up in down the road named Ringo's, which is a very small town, was founded by John Ringo, who had an inn along the old York Road where the Sons of Liberty would meet before the revolution to plan what the British would call terrorism.
Kevin says, we know Washington is the state on the other side of Vancouver. Hilarious.
The other Washington. Yeah.
This was a really weird episode.
Yeah.
Interesting. Just like ending like this too. Just a weird day at Windswept Fields.
Yeah.
Oh, and
I don't think we've ever had it where the match is still going on.
Here we too bad Danzo's missing this.
Nice.
Another one of Johnny's obsession is the workout videos for 80s blowjob baby.
Interesting.
Really?
Tell me more.
Yeah, dude, I've got Ricky Steamboat and Jay Youngblood in my pocket. I'm saving the best for later. This one has its own weird Canadianness to it. It's just for you.
Is that what you told those ladies who were the Rock and Roll Express fans? I got Jay Youngblood in my pocket.
Like, what is this? Look at this.
It's so bizarre. It looks like he's got like one of those old timey bicycles. No, it's
yeah. A penny farthing.
Penny farthing. I knew you'd know the name of that. Come on, I'm trying to get my jogging in. Fuck you guys.
Check out the song. What is this? I know this song.
Kevin said a friend of his just sent him this video to watch. It's awesome. This music's pretty good though.
Yeah.
This is
hilarious.
Martel and Bravo.
Yeah.
So this was for the Crockett Cup. They were supposed to be in it. Oh no. Okay.
All I know from this that is clearly this is after Martel.
I got a twig in my eye.
Just throwing up. He's puking, but they've been doing this for hours.
Smoking illegal cigarettes and eating too many hot dogs all night.
You need to check for landmines.
Then go up again. Up. Now try it again. Up one more time.
But this is, I'm sure this is.
They just robbed an old lady.
Yeah, this is after. This is after Martel lost the AWA title to Hanson.
Right.
Several cops chasing him.
No.
So this is probably
okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. We gotta go, man. I really fucked somebody up.
Okay, now.
Almost looks like Cal Redman interviewing him.
Yeah.
So, International
in
Wrestling.
Sweet leather.
But this was the same month as the Crockett Cup, and they were supposed to be there, but only Martel made it. I don't know what happened to Dino.
Yeah, but that might be part of this, but I watched this and I don't recall that. But I think this is from that promotion in Quebec that Martel
Yeah,
went to
Yeah,
after he left.
he's calling
the
out
AWA.
Stan Hansen there.
Yeah,
Bravo was
Oh,
basically
look at that. He's doing some
Yeah.
40 pounders.
Yeah.
Big deal.
You
Bravo
missed
is the part
you
owner.
missed the good stuff, Joe.
I was
And by
watching.
good, we mean super homoerotic.
Why do you think
Well,
I
I
left?
mean, 6 of one,
That's
half
why
dozen
he's
of the
good.
other. If you're looking at this,
Kevin,
Oh, look at
Kevin
that.
asking if we seen the Martel Careless Whisper video. I don't think so.
That
Oh,
sounds
Joe.
so familiar, but I
Hey Joe, since you're keeping an eye on that pizza, and you're not going to eat it, I prefer it less crunchy, more soft for my tender palate.
You're gonna have food poisoning, bud.
You like it less crusty?
I don't like
Kevin.
it hot. I don't like it overcooked. I like it more, like my frozen pizzas. Like them soft, like my touch.
Kev, save it for your show. This is Vince DiCola. This is from Rocky IV, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, the training. Yeah,
Had come out
Vince DiCola, who also did
before this.
the score for Transformers the movie. Really good. He's he's a weird dude. You see him on the Transformers the movie extras, as you can imagine. Just this weird '80s guy who loves synth.
We always talk
it's
the
good.
Drago workout.
Yeah. Dude, some of the score for Transformers the movie is fucking rad.
Dude, you freaked me out because that earthquake today. It felt
Look at
like
that package.
Johnny.
Oh, yeah.
You calling me the earthquake?
King Kong Hedgepeth.
So you guys did feel it?
No. Yes, I did give up to Stan Hansen in front of Danzo and Hedgepeth. As exciting as it was to witness history, that had to be like one of the worst endings to a title match ever. It was like this 5 minute,
it's so
6-7 minute
vague.
Boston Crab, and then he finally tapped
know.
out.
Yeah.
Kevin says a 4.7 earthquake, you fucking pussies. The boy from California. But that was funny. Like,
It is hilarious. Dude, I'm out here during this, right?
Yeah.
And I'm watching the news, and the mayor of New York is doing a press conference where it's like, the schools will remain open tomorrow. And I was like,
wild. Yeah, just
here we
news.
go.
'Cause
Hey,
you
is
guys
this the
doesn't
guy
happen
from the
often.
RPMs again?
no, this is some Pacific Northwest. I can't.
Oh, is that
What do we
Bobby
call-
Jaggers, whatever his name is? Or
It
what's
might be
his
Bobby
name?
Jaggers. That's
That's
Brett.
right. Yeah.
That's Brett
Brett
Wayne Sawyer.
Sawyer. Yeah.
Joe, we figured out that Brett Wayne Sawyer reminds us of the drug dealing kid from South Park. Mimsy.
I know what you're talking about. Oh, is there some blood here? We got some blood?
Yeah, this
Okay,
is
oh,
one
no,
of the
no, no,
more
no, no, no.
legendary
Not some
blade
blood.
jobs ever. Yeah.
A lot of
This
blood.
is like
I love
Muda
it.
scale 10.0.
Joe, I put this whole thing together for you.
Oh, I
And,
love it. Johnny knows
If there's
I love
one
the
thing
blood.
I know you love, is a bloodbath, as do I. But look at this. This is insane. This is okay. After this bloodletting, he actually talked like the guy from South Park.
And it looks like the titles are going to change hands. And not only
A
that,
pretty big referee there.
but it looks like
I think that's.
as again, what he likes to do.
I thought it was maybe Dutch Savage, but I'm not sure now.
Who's the mask guy?
Hack Sawyer.
The
Referee wants to
Good
look
question.
The shadow.
That's the mystery.
It's the referee's
grappler.
shadow. The referee can't actually see
Yeah, this
him.
one's.
Wait,
tough
did
to
he just do
find
the John
any,
Cena
info
before the
on
John
that.
Look
Cena?
like it. Yeah, you can't
Yeah.
see me.
that's where he got it. That's where Cena got it.
Because
It's the shadow. You can't see the shadow.
Only the shadow knows.
so funny, but then he's got bright yellow boots. It's so weird.
I think he probably stopped it on account of the blood.
Dude, you don't look so
Oh my
good.
God, you don't. Yeah.
That's what he
I'm All right, let me up. Let me fight.
Oh,
Jesus, you can see the splotch on the mat as soon as he hit it.
Oh,
Damn. Seriously, dude. Like, we're gonna call it. We're going home. What is this? Tell me.
this is
This is Portland.
Portland. Yeah.
Mhm.
This is the PNW. Everything Boom does is founded in a foundation of gore.
You're right. You're right. Kevin says that might be Dutch. It's always Sandy Bar as the ref.
Usually Sandy Bar, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's I don't know. I don't know if it's Dutch.
come on.
It's Orson Welles.
Before we come back for our final interview, that the match was stopped because of blood.
It's wild.
Not because of blood, actually.
No, it's not over.
Might be
Yeah.
the blood might be blinding Hack Sawyer. That is our guest.
Hack Sawyer. That's a perfect name for Brett Wayne Sawyer. Fucking hack.
We'll be right back.
We need that T-shirt.
I'm just gonna get
Oh yes. Jesus Christ.
Jeez Louise, Fangoria.
what you did to my partner tonight.
Head to toe, literally.
Yeah.
Is that that's Martel? Is that Martel?
No, I'm not sure who that is. But he's got the Tony Gurria.
He's got the
Trunks.
Martel seal. He's got
Trunks.
the Tony Gurria
Yep.
seal of
Yeah,
approval
yeah.
on those tights.
Hey, there's a mine, mate.
It's Kevin Nealon.
And that's news to me.
Look at this. Look at this.
That's insane, man.
Crazy this made
it's soaking through the
TV.
bandage. This is what makes professional wrestling great.
He's mad at Carrie. He's mad at
getting all
Carrie.
lightheaded.
He's mad at Carrie for ruining prom.
Dude, we got to get you to a doctor, dude. Dude, I can barely keep down my lunch. I can barely keep down my lunch. We got to get you to a doctor.
The whole set's covered in
No,
blood.
I'm feeling good. He's just gonna pass out at any
Jesus,
second.
man.
Crazy.
And he's saying he's calling in his big brother,
Buzz Sawyer?
Buzz Sawyer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Buzz Sawyer's big brother. He's smaller than him.
Crazy
Oh.
imagery. Crazy stuff,
This
man.
guy's like, get me the fuck away.
Once again, I must apologize.
Frank Bonema.
Yeah,
Long
I
time
love Frank
legendary.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of fun with Frank.
We have. Yeah.
He would
Hey.
pass away
Okay,
not too long after
and
this.
Joe. Oh no.
Here we go. Here's my contribution for the evening.
And Joe's away.
He just
for this
walked
one.
away.
He keeps walking away. This guy's got
Your
the
stupid pizza. It's taking up too much time here, Johnny. Didn't you
it's
just
not
have
my
a
fault?
burger before the show started?
I had a very
Yes, I was
small
at this
sandwich.
game.
I had a
Oh, were
very
you?
small sandwich.
I
Wow.
was
very
right in
hungry.
the end zone, right here where he runs. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
Okay,
Yeah.
Joe, when we were putting
Greatest
together
com-
this
yeah, be
Joe,
miserable.
show, when we were putting together this show,
Imagine we see
at
Joe.
least-
There's Joe.
Yeah, it's Adam Sandler.
This was
that's
Kelly.
right, Coughlin.
that was
This was one of my
terrible play.
regrets as an Eagles fan. I missed the ending because it was such a blowout. I went to go pick up a cheese platter that my wife had ordered, or then girlfriend, so I missed this. Because the Eagles were down, 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter?
And then
Yeah.
and then Brett Selleck scored, and this girl I took says, "We can go." I'm like, "Nah, let's stay."
Taro
And this guy
says
was-
touchdowns
he was
to
running his
turnbuckles.
mouth. Ah, here we go.
Yes.
I was at this game too.
Yeah, this is all. I don't know. You won't be at it. There's, I think, 4 games highlighted. There'll be one.
I was
weren't
at the
for
Super
sure.
Bowl. Here,
Yeah, I know. If you got the Super Bowl, it was like Danzo
Yeah.
might be there with Rand Savage. They
Yeah.
were on TV. I saw it.
And I missed this play too.
How do you miss the Philly special?
Oh yeah.
There's Dom. Dom should be at WrestleMania tomorrow, by the way, or Sunday.
Yeah. Kelsey
Kelsey
probably,
will
it
be.
sounds like.
Mm-hmm. I'm seriously considered just dropping $15 to subscribe to the network for a month again, just to watch. I should watch night one.
That's right.
Cooper. I should watch night one before I
Oh, here we
Yeah, here we
host
go.
night two. And I should, you
Here's
know what
the
I
one
should do?
you weren't at.
I should
Or
charge.
early.
I should charge Max for it.
Denzo. Oh, is that this one?
Is this the one this game's fucking over where he's holding him down? Chuck
Yeah.
McNarrick.
Barely beat the Packers, but we'll take it.
Hey,
They
we're the
went out
only
to be a
team to ever
dynasty
beat
afterwards.
Lombardi's Packers for the
That's
championship game.
In the playoffs.
There it
That's
is. He holds him down so the clock runs out. And he says right to him,
Bednarik.
this game's fucking over. My biggest regret,
Edmonton
I
Eskimos.
want this autograph thing of him. He wrote that quote on it with his autograph. I should have bought- it was $300 at the time. That was like $3,000. So I couldn't.
Kevin still wants to know why, Kelly. It's Randall Cunningham is the answer. Why? Is like the short. Why you became an
why I
Eagles
became
fan?
an Eagles fan? Yeah, Cunningham, basically.
Yeah, me too. That
And I think
error is my favorite ever.
That's why I became a fan, because he was at the peak of his powers when I started watching NFL.
That and that defense.
And back to the Super Bowl. This
Yep.
I did see live. I was texting Travis at this very moment.
Hmm.
The last couple minutes of the game.
This is when I knew we were going to win it.
This one
Bang.
I've replayed more times than any sports play.
I
ever,
remember
think.
where I was when I watched this, and I was going
Yeah.
nuts because I knew Danzo was there, and I wanted them to win so bad for Danzo.
Are you sure? Are you sure there wasn't like a sort of a tuck rule they could have used there? Oh, for fuck's sake!
Yeah, well, that's the funny thing.
you.
It was so similar to that.
I know.
That's what I texted
I'm a
you at the
Raiders
time. I was
fan,
like, wouldn't
Joe.
it be funny
Yeah.
if this
You
was the
got us
end
the first
of
Super
Brady's
Bowl.
career? Because at the time he was teasing retirement every season.
I wonder if this will make it through to
And-
YouTube. I kind of doubt it.
Oh well,
Oh well, yeah.
It was
Turn
worth
this up.
it.
And hands.
Okay,
for Jeffrey kissing the Lombardi
All
trophy.
right, just turn this up and listen, and I'll explain it later.
Okay.
You have ruined folks' lives. Not talking about
This man is currently in talking at the Hall of Fame.
That's
as we
right.
speak.
getting on everybody's case. So this
It'd be pretty cool if we timed that out.
if you move,
Listen to this.
if you move, I am going. If you move, this it's time. Ooh, I'm so full. I'm full up to here. Same old.
Of Stamos?
But they say it's gonna be a change.
John Stamos.
There will be a change.
Enough is enough.
History has already been made. Call somebody. Tell them. Only if you move. Just move.
None of that made any sense.
Okay, real quick. Oli tells him, listen, go over there and put over the thing we're gonna be doing in like 30 seconds. Get to the point, blah blah blah. And Thunderbolt purposely went and just went out there and spoke nonsense, never got to the point, and then that's what they had to use. And it never made any sense. And it was a rib he did on Oli. They had to use it apparently. Hey, there
What
he
is
is.
this, by the way? What's
handsome son of a
international
bitch.
wrestling?
Kelly, take it.
Well, this is 1982 when Bruno was out with the WWF because he found out that Vince Sr. had been skimming money from him when he was the champ for years. So he formed this independent promotion and they got TV, but it's basically just a bunch of New York job guys and like the Valiants and Dominic DeNucci. Zabisco was there briefly because he was in between things at this time.
So Bruno ran
so
this?
who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically, and was the commentator, as we'll see,
Oh,
or color guy.
And Joe, their hot young baby face is the sensation of the nation. All the ladies go crazy for sexy Ron Shaw.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the
The
talent was
legendary
quite
one that
minimal.
beat his son in Philadelphia.
Yes. Yes.
That was Bruno's idea. Listen, David has always been a disappointment, to be frank. To be
Like a
perfectly
chiseled
frank.
face. Yes.
And you
It
know
was
who was
the
like
chisel.
the Spectrum screw job.
you know who was like a son to me? Ron Shaw.
Very sexy boy.
Bruno looks like he was like
The
he looks like
ladies-
one of the Mount Rushmore faces, the way it's carved.
Ron,
Oh,
Ron Shaw.
here we
Ron
go.
Shaw. He's hung like a horse.
And here he is right
It's
away.
like there's some booths
Wow,
open
he
in
is kinda
the
sexy, I
back
gotta
left
admit.
there.
I mean, hey, come on. Bruno has an eye for
Nice
sexy, I think.
tan.
Is this
Oh yeah.
He's,
is this
he's not-
happening at 11:30 in the morning? What's going on?
Yeah.
What's the windows open there?
it's
Quite
at- it-
possibly.
The early
it's
bird
It's at the
special.
local mall in
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You can see like
It's-
back there,
it's
people
a-
walking around and stuff.
Yeah.
no, it's no,
Nice.
no. This
I think
no, we already-
it's at a
hey,
Chuck E. Cheese that they shut down.
guys, I remember what we said this was. We
What is it?
agreed upon this last time. This is Melville's. This is what's upstairs from
Of
Cheers.
course, of
This is
course.
Melville's.
Yes.
This is a fish
See it.
restaurant.
Yep, yep, yep. You can see the tables in the back there.
Uh-huh.
And this is like, first bell, 2:30 p.m.
Is he
Sam.
wrestling here?
It reeks of bad oysters.
No. Okay. You know, John left town and Sam put on a wrestling
Wrestling show, yeah.
Yeah,
No, it
like
wouldn't be
Sam.
Sam. It's got to be somebody else. Like maybe Woody met somebody through an acting gig or something.
Coach. This would have been a coach
Coach,
season.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Back in the day, he would have brought in like the Crusher.
Well, Kelly. Out of continuity, they didn't introduce the John character. until
Ah,
well
good
after
point.
Coach
An
and
excellent point. Checkmate, Johnny.
Uh-huh.
Dude, I love Cheers lore, man. Oh, dude, I went to a Simpsons trivia night with MTT fan and friend Matt P. And we won. We kicked Ace. And we're going back for like a Disney night because you know me. But man, if they did a Cheers night, oh my God, that'd be so fun.
Okay. I think this is a great time to bring up something again that happened to Dean last night that Travis, I especially think you'll enjoy. Number one, Sinner and Saint, that match was great. They were great. They impressed. People who had never seen them before were into them. Everyone loved them. And they were amazing in that match. Towards after the show was over, they're over at their merch table. And like, all throughout the match, I was trying to see if there was ever going to be any point where everyone shut up and I could have the opportunity to just look over at Bix and loudly go, you know, that's Abraham Lincoln's kid.
Yes.
And it never happened because the crowd was so raw.
A lot, yeah.
So I go over. That's this guy's gimmick in Boom.
In
Joe.
Boom,
So-
that's our company here in Vancouver, Joe.
Yeah.
I've seen the clips.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, Travis, I go over to their merch table and I introduce myself and I was like, yeah, you know, I'm friends with Travis and Max. You know, I re-announced the second one, the show, but you weren't there. I just want to say great match, blah blah. But I started the conversation by going, hey, I just want to let you guys know I love what you're doing with Boom. And they're looking like, what? Like, how does this motherfucker know about Boom?
Awesome.
And
Awesome. Good.
and that
good.
led into there. I also said hi to Evan Rivers, who I did meet briefly, and we chatted for a split second.
Yeah.
But and I will tell you this, and I'll maybe off the air give you the details of it because it's kind of personal. But after the main event, when I found Makabe at ringside, it wasn't just hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
It was big hugs all around. Oh my God, Johnny Sorrow. And we talked for a bit. It became about me and him for a bit. And he's just the greatest guy ever, man.
The coolest. The
No,
coolest.
where now I
That's-
feel
that's great,
it's
man.
weird. Look, even when Samoa Joe put me and Marsha on his guest list, I never really said, hey, you know, Samoa Joe's my friend. It was
Yeah.
It's fine. Now, I happen to know now, right now, it's like Daniel Makabe, my friend. I've got a friend who's one of the greatest wrestlers in the fucking world, and that's kind of fucking awesome.
I know. It's so cool, man. That's rad. Yeah, his post-match promo was so real and awesome and wonderful.
I was standing right in front of him next to the guy with the hard camera.
Yeah. Awesome. Were you pounded on the mat at the end there? I didn't see.
I got over. Well, I move a little slow these days, buddy. But so by the time I got over there to realize this was
there's no spot. Yeah.
No, and the camera's there. No, I got one arm in. I had one arm in.
Nice. The old reach around, the old hedge path reach around. They call that.
Yep, that's what they call
it. Kevin said Daniel's such a good dude. He's bummed he never got to see him wrestle live. Yeah, you got to meet him for the first time when he came to Vancouver at a Boom show. And he got to see Judas versus Travis.
Yeah, yes, I was there too. Yeah. The hottest wrestling show, temperature-wise, by far that I've ever been to. Oh, man.
Oh, and one other thing. When Sinner and Saint came out, after their music stopped, or perfectly timed, the Canadian contingent over towards the back, did you pick this up? Started singing
"Oh Canada." Yep, I heard it. That was Elliot and Liza.
Oh, holy shit. Okay. Was Elliot Tyler there?
Yeah.
Okay, I was standing right next to Elliot Tyler by the door after the show, and he was talking to somebody, and I'm looking at him, I'm going, that's Elliot Tyler. I had a brief conversation with this young man, but I wasn't 100% sure.
Right. Yeah.
To be honest, if I went around trying to introduce myself to everyone there I've ever had a passing acquaintance with, I know. I would have been like, was he running for DVD office? Hi, how you doing?
I was so I was just showing when I was watching it with Christine. I was like, yeah, and that's Ben Zani. That's who drove me around in Texas, right? And there's Elliot and Liza and Amira and Evan. And there's Johnny again. There's Johnny really putting over Sinner and Saint. I love how psyched you were for them when they came out too. That was rad.
Well, I was, you know me, how I like to cheer for a heel, but I wasn't, not the entire show. I was like, if there was any heels I'm going to cheer for, it's these guys.
Yeah.
Where I also feel like, yeah, well, they work for the one professional wrestling promotion that ever that
double axe handle.
Oh fuck!
Cool. What a double axe handle, Kelly? Have we cut to the bottom of that? Would a double axe handle hurt more than an elbow off the top?
That was the question that
it's what
my friend's older brother
began your research. The question that you love him.
Yeah, because he was like 5 years old. He was a teenager, and we were only like 8 or 9 years old, and he was so serious.
So funny, man. I love people who would have those takes, they had just figured it out. They were the early fucking neckbeards of their time. I remember a guy I was bowling with, the guy who was maybe a year or two older than me, talking about the Mania 3 main event, saying it's got to be a double disqualification. There's no way Hogan can beat Andre. He's like, I'm like, and I had to believe it because he's like, oh,
wow, that would have been
knows what he's
greatest finish ever. Double disqualification. Well, they actually did that the next year at WrestleMania 4 between Andre and Hogan in the tournament.
Of course,
it was a double DQ.
Of course,
but yeah.
So he's Nostradamus.
For WrestleMania 3, that would
have.
Yeah. He was off by a year.
He was just off by a year. He misplaced the decimal.
Forgot to carry the Y.
It's it's like the Nostradamus predictions. You're not exactly sure.
I know.
It's going to happen.
Yeah, two brothers torn apart by chaos. That's a famous line that people thought was 9/11.
Right. Yeah. Did you ever have to be in that position where you're watching one of those Nostradamus things at a relatively young age, like documentary, and be the one to look over at your friends who are super believing it and go, You know,
I don't know.
you know,
I don't
it's
know.
a fucking coincidence.
I
Right?
remember like no, like if
I
you saw
totally
that at a
believe
young
that,
age,
yeah.
yeah, if you saw that at
Yeah.
a young enough age. I remember it when one finished with like one of those because
Because it
they were
made total
also
sense how they laid it out.
sensationalistic. Yeah. And you did
Well,
Okay,
one
wait.
was
zero
Napoleon, the
media
other was Hitler.
literacy.
The next
Yeah.
one must be Saddam Hussein.
Yeah, that's what they
That's the
finished
only-
with. A man will
only
come wearing
conclusion.
blue, and they showed a picture of Saddam Hussein with a blue
Okay,
hat.
okay,
or
well, here's
something.
the-
like,
okay,
oh my
here's-
God, we're
okay.
dead.
Yeah, here's the bonkers thing though. I was first introduced to Nostradamus, and when I was 16-ish, going on 17, so I'd already had a sense of, what the fuck is this? No, it's bullshit. And looked over at my friend Gordon, who we're getting high, and he's like, "Hey, man," I'm like, "No, dude, this is
Your first Canadian friend?
yeah. He was of Norwegian or
Gordy.
Swedish stock.
Gordy?
Actually, Gordy. But I remembered the blue hat thing. I remembered from this thing we watched when we were in high school.
Yeah. Like that's
And
how
then
it
when
ended.
Saddam,
Right?
and then when Saddam appeared, and I saw him with a blue beret on, even
Yeah, that's
before
what-
people were screaming about it, I thought for a second, this is a total coincidence, but people are
Yeah,
gonna lose their fucking mind.
Yes, but like, and then you think about it, like how often of all the pictures you've seen of Saddam Hussein, you've seen him wearing berets, but not often a blue beret. But that's how they ended the video, and you're like, whoa! No, man. Oh, dude, there's nobody who's had that fucking revelation. That's big business these days. All right, you guys got to go snuggle a bit more.
That's just that I'm used to being in a basement and I can't hear well, so I'll tone it down. Did you say pizza's ready?
I think so. Give me like,
Okay.
I'll tell you in like 2 minutes.
Waking up the house.
Waking up the house.
Yeah. I'm too loud for Lamberville.
So is this the first match we've watched where we don't know who either guy is?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Because I don't
Hilarious.
think it
Kevin
is.
says he was in junior high school and he saw the clip of Orson Welles from Nostradamus saying a major earthquake was coming to California in May 1988.
Year
Orson
and a
Welles.
half off.
Orson Welles is Nostradamus. Did he play Nostradamus?
Maybe.
I ate Nostradamus.
I could see that in the end, last few years.
And last pet project when he's really losing it.
From crisp coating. From it doesn't roll off the tongue, does it?
I've never seen the Magnificent Ambersons.
I have.
I love Touch of Evil and of course Citizen Kane.
It's
But-
like because they butchered that one. It's only like 85 minutes long. I don't think there's I've tried to find like a longer cut. I don't think it exists. Because it's good. Like the cinematography is great because it's straight from what he was doing
was
with
not bad.
Citizen Kane. But I
These two
remember it
unknowns.
being nothing too special story wise.
Yeah, no, some people still talk like hold it in high esteem. Like you'll see
It was a nice
a
bump.
lot of filmmakers, like that guy, and pulled off a really nice body slam, the best body slam we've seen in a while. Definitely the best body slam Melville's has ever seen.
Anybody out there watching know who these guys are? Please, I
Help us out, Kev.
don't want to be disrespectful to these guys from 40 plus years ago. Oh, and it's a count out victory. Well, it's as good as a double disqualification in the main event of Mania 3.
International wrestling, baby.
Dear God, Sam, what do you have going on up here? And Fraser's suddenly into it. Yeah. No, Lilith is definitely into it.
The smell of balls is intoxicating.
See if we can recognize
Look at this
these
guy.
two guys.
Look at this guy.
Yeah,
Holy shit. Look at this guy.
That's Todd from Boogie Nights.
Don't know. Two more I don't knows.
That's it. That's actually his last name. Oh, wait, look at okay. It says okay. I did watch a little bit of this ahead of time.
What does it say?
It says Pilato, but that's not his name. It's not his name.
That's
I don't know what it is.
He just was given some random tights backstage.
It's
Here
I
you go.
can't- I don't
Tony
know what it's-
Pilato used to wear them, but he's out of the business
Yeah.
now.
You
You can wear them now.
Tony Pilato went down under. He went to Australia. He went down under. They gave me his tights. One of the books I've been reading on my trip is the book The Irishman was based on.
Oh yeah.
And I just
Cool.
it's called I Heard You Paint Houses, and so it's full of mob lingo that most people never heard of. I'd never heard of one of their co-workers. Oh, where'd Frankie go? Oh, he went to Australia. That means they killed him.
That
Went
means
down
he's
under.
dead.
He went
Yeah,
down
I
under.
like it.
The
I like it.
land of Oz. He's gone.
That sounds great.
Where's Frankie? Where's Frankie? He ain't in Kansas no more.
Very calculating and shoulder roll by Rocky Jones. Well,
All right, grab a beer.
he was kind of
Jones? I think
Oh,
this
this guy's
maybe
got a sexy.
Jones.
This guy's got a sexy
Yeah.
tattoo.
Not quite the Tony Gurria level.
Mhm.
What is it? A sword, and it's probably a military thing, or he's in the Navy, maybe.
Stolen valor. Yeah. Oh, thank you, man.
Actual valor.
Hey,
Yeah,
look at this.
valor.
Danzo serving me food like the
Yes, impressive. Do you get dipping
slave.
sauces?
like the slave he is. Come on, Virgil. Come on, Virgil. Get lost. Uh-huh. Thank you, man.
you have to these guys against the rules, then you got to go their way and just give it to them twice as much. And the only way that you're going to show them.
God, Bruno must be just dying on commentary with all this crap.
I've heard enough of it to be like he is being as positive as you can imagine. But
Well,
when
he's
you
got-
go deep down.
He's got
I
a
mean, he's
stake
invested
in
in it.
this.
He does a good job being. You actually
Oh.
think Bruno believes these guys are good?
Truly the GOAT. This is the
Yeah,
tiebreaker.
exactly.
Bruno.
What's the tie? Exactly. What's the tiebreaker? Bruno on commentary with his shitty fucking promotion, just sounding completely not phony about. This is good. These guys are good. They've got potential.
Yeah, I think we've solved the debate.
Mhm.
Bruno number one.
And Rocky Jones certainly one of the finest
Hmm.
young athletes you'll ever see. You can
Lots of children in the crowd.
when he fits in, really do show when he comes into the ring.
This must have been at like a
Be the best
some sort of fair or something.
he's doing everything right. He's
That front row of children look like they're not there by their own free will.
Yeah, I think so.
extremely important.
They're from the local orphanage.
Mhm. Mhm.
Bruno's just bussing them in.
No, they're
We
troubled.
need
youth
more
from the-
orphans.
Yeah, they are. I work with the church, and I tell the kids it's what's good for the
Get
kids.
some more of those ragamuffins from down the
No,
street.
that Vince McMahon is he's a pervert and a piece of shit. And bring the kids,
Piece
the
of
kids to my
garbage.
show.
Pardon me.
and bring the kids to my
Trash.
show.
You
Rocky
slime.
Jones is the good guy, and it's over.
Okay, this guy's name is Rocky Jones. I picked that up. This guy's the fiery young babyface.
Yes.
Good old Rocky Jones. Rocky Jones. IWF.
see Jones picking him up. You can see the actually the ring floor.
The body slam. That was really his finisher. Oh no,
but
and an
that-
elbow.
But that
But
was like
still,
Buddy
pretty-
Landell-esque, I gotta say.
yeah,
I
okay.
but I mean, he put more into it than most people do. But the guy who was receiving it didn't know it was coming. It seemed like, oh shit, yeah, you got one more. Sorry, pal.
Right back with more exciting wrestling action.
The referee's about 17 years old. I
Reminder: it's happy hour.
Oh.
Oysters are buck-a-shuck.
Orphan.
Introducing
think. Here we go.
weighing in at
What was that? Join the army
Yep,
commercial.
oysters is the theme tonight.
and his
Oh, here it goes.
so 225 pounds, Manuel Soto.
Oh, Manny Soto. Yeah. Long time
Soto locking in
Manny
enhancement
Soto
guy
to
for
you
the
too,
WWF.
is the mystery
Yeah.
in
Who's he going against?
Manuel
New Jack.
Soto.
This would be a main event in any high
Scientific
school spot show in the Northeast.
Oh man, we should be listening to Bruno go.
Yeah, I know. That's what Johnny and I
Yeah,
we said that the GOAT debate is settled by Bruno putting these guys over like they're $1 million on commentary. It's the tiebreaker.
Yeah, considering the unique qualities of tonight's show is actually it gives our viewers on YouTube and Twitch time to listen to us not talk, and and we did pick up that Bruno is completely, compellingly, honestly sounds like he believes all of these people are good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so Kelly pointed out, well, that's the tiebreaker for who's the greatest of all time. Who did that?
Right.
That honest.
Love it. Is it honest or is he lying out of his ass?
No, that shows that look, if you want to be the greatest wrestler of all time, no, you can't be a saint. You have to have that one little thorn. And when that one little thorn is just sound authentic that this shit you own stinks.
Yeah.
If that's Bruno's only thorn, he was brilliant at it.
Awesome.
That's true working, really.
Right.
That's broomstick. Like you talk about Flair and the broomstick, Bruno and the scrubs and putting them over is more impressive.
I love recordings of Bruno in the locker room after these shows. David, you just you remain the biggest disappointment in the locker room.
still completely honest with David.
So who's the bald-headed guy?
We're not sure. Manuel Soto is the other one.
Man, no one's lining up for those big tables on either side of the crowd there.
This is pretty terrible wrestling.
Yeah, it's dire.
We just said the name.
The last one we watched had a really good women's match. I remember that, where they were bumping like crazy over the top rope.
Yeah. It was the best match of the show. Was the women's match.
Easily by like miles.
Wow.
Maybe we'll be saved by another women's match. Let's see.
Well, I love to give a fair shot to the ladies.
Yes, Bruno was another feather in his cap. He was progressive.
But do I go yapping about how progressive I am? No, I just know talent. I put it where it belongs.
I don't book those fabulous.
That makes it all about me. It has to be about the ladies.
I have a new cookbook coming out. I'd like to promote different flavors of dandelion soup.
Yes.
Mama Sammartino's dandelion soup is imagine that it's an Italian woman, but it's Bruno's face. Old Italian woman.
Surrounded by dandelions, just lying in a bed of dandelions, like Mina Savari and American Beauty.
No. Hey, you're filthy, mind. No, I mean, I mean a picture of her mixing a bowl of pasta while sprinkling dandelions into it.
Nice.
That's the secret ingredient in Bruno Sammartino pasta that I'm gonna promote. With dandelions
and some snow.
I got hooked on this stuff in the war, and I've never been able to shake it.
Hey, look,
I need a snowball. Someone grab me a snowball.
If Dave's Killer Bread can have the gimmick of that he was in jail, I mean, gimmicks are available. I make a hell of a sauce. I just need a gimmick. Dandelions and snow, they're free. I can put it in all my fucking sauce. And just call it championship pasta or something like that, and just use Bruno's face. Mama
spaghetti.
I could just call it Mama Sammartino. There's no copyright on Sammartino.
Yeah, make it Bruno, dead. But with the hair.
They're all long dead. Everyone in that family's long dead. Sammartino
with gray hair up in a bun and a wooden spoon stirring in the
Bruno's face.
But you can still tell it's. But you can still tell it's a rug. Somehow.
Oh yeah, it's clearly fake. It's clearly fake. That's clearly fake. Okay.
Mama
out in
San
YouTube-
Martino's.
Anyone out in YouTube or anyone listening to this who has any artistic skill at all, that's your mission.
Yeah. Kevin says living legend pasta sauce.
I tell you this.
There you go.
I'll tell you this. If someone out there actually creates that for us, Patreon subscription for 1 year on me. How's that? How's that?
Love it. I love it.
Rodriguez, a rule breaker, but he's a tough one. And he is giving Soto credit.
He's a rule breaker.
And now there goes
I read the magazine.
deadly
I know the
nerve
vernacular.
pinch.
Manuel's a scientific wrestler.
Are you guys gonna watch both nights of Mania at Joe's place?
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
No, it's gonna be insane because Joe hates the current product, and I'm a huge fan of the current product. It's going to be wonderful.
Great.
I'm looking for the few matches. I can't say all of it. I'm looking for the USO match and the Rock matches.
I'll put it this way: I am looking for.
And I don't want Cody to complete the story.
Of course.
Reigns.
Of course not.
Oh no!
I'll just say this:
Oh my God,
I can't remember. I can't remember a WrestleMania where I've been more invested in this many matches in decades. Because the
That's
booking
what a lot of people are saying.
Because the booking has. Well, I think we all know why. Because you know who is not booking any of it. You know
It's funny how things got
there.
better when they finally got rid of that shithead.
Got rid of him and Kevin Dunn. Dude, the other day there was a 2-minute.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
shot.
Like Scorsese for Rollins. Yeah. Yeah. Why not? Why not?
This is a long jobber match, unless this bald-headed guy is not a jobber.
Hey,
They're both
he's not.
jobbers.
Are
No,
they?
he's not.
It's truly a jobber match.
No, this is
Too many
Gypsy
jobbers.
Rodriguez.
Too many jobbers.
This man is Gypsy Rodriguez.
Oh,
That's
Is
his
it
name.
Gypsy
I'm
Rod?
sorry,
See, I thought,
Gypsy.
Yeah.
yeah, I
I'm
thought
sorry,
it might have
Gypsy.
been.
I didn't know.
He looks different than he did in the 70s in New York.
Oh, he's
but
a
yeah, you're right.
Gypsy.
Oh, here we
Oh,
go.
what's
the
that?
strap.
He's rubbing his armpit.
Mhm.
Smell.
What a finisher! He's got a weird fetish.
I got onions
Yeah,
in my
Jesus.
armpits.
I got onions in my armpits from the take 7 of Helter Skelter that they didn't use.
I don't think that one's going to work, mate.
Speaking of
One-footed
Bands.
drop kick.
the new Vampire Weekend album I picked up today was sent to me. Only God Was Above Us. Really like it. Excited. I'm going to see them on June 18th.
Ooh. Tito Santana flying forearm
Hey, how dare you?
from Wish.
That was ugly. That was the drizzling shits, boys.
Yeah, this show is garbage. This show is garbage. This is worse than California wrestling. Worse than Indianapolis wrestling, I'd say. There's no memorable.
Really? No, see,
There's no-
Indy's the worst of the worst.
Yeah,
That's
but
fine.
Indianapolis has memorable characters.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
some
got
of the-
Moose Cholak. You
Yeah,
got
but
what's
his eyes,
face?
but yeah, the state of this man. You know,
Yeah,
not
you've
once
got-
we've
Yeah,
said that.
absolute state
You've
of
got
this-
Doctor. You've got Dr. Jerry Graham Jr. doing his Roddy
Right.
Piper routine.
You've got Chris Carter
Chris
doing
Carter,
Hulk Hogan.
the All-American
Carter.
Chris Carter,
Oh,
Hulk
wait,
Hogan,
it's
who looks like
David.
an auto mechanic.
Oh, here we go. It's David.
There's my disappointing son,
Joe
David, is,
Larson. Oh my God.
wrestling Joe
That
Larson.
shit.
Joe,
Oh man, Bruno Sammartino Jr.
yeah, he's Bruno Sammartino Jr.
Oh,
I'm not calling you David. What is this fucking?
He's like,
Sea level Captain Lou Albano.
no, this is
Z-level
this is from a sitcom. Ralph Cramden got
He's
engaged.
totally
It's
just
totally
doing an
Albano.
Albano.
Yes, yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
not
God.
blading himself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
not
hey,
yet.
Let's
Not yet.
see. Not
There,
yet.
now's your chance. Like first,
Oh.
Yeah.
first bump.
Yeah, Albano.
Ah, blade.
Over.
An Albano who can take a suplex.
Yeah, Lou would have never taken that. He rarely left his feet in his matches.
You ever see when Snuka hit him with the splash though, busted his ribs for real?
Oh, really?
In the garden, yeah. After that, he wouldn't let him
Right.
do that move anymore.
The one where he was like halfway leaning up.
Yep.
when Snuka
Freaking crushed his ribs.
Kevin, the best thing about this video is the tracking line at the top. He's right.
Inconsistent.
Oh man, I bought I got a CRT TV for $50 US with a DVD player built in. That was
Nice.
from 2008. Because I have an old NES that looks so nice on it. It looks so nice. And I want to get a Super Nintendo next.
In a similar story, I today and was attempting through my stepmother's request to sort through their email, and as far as we don't know how to check it, and I think we've got 3 of them, and this that and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna give this a shot. And Google, I don't use Google, I'm like, all right, trying to figure it out. I'm like, oh no, you've got 15,000 emails I need to delete for you here. Let me
Holy
take care of
shit.
this.
Love it.
Test of strength. I missed this.
Yeah. Between 2 titans of the industry.
What's this guy's name?
What's the actor? He's really good. He was just on an episode of Curb that I haven't watched yet. He's in
oh yeah.
What we do in the shadows.
Yes.
What we do in the shadows. He's really funny.
That's a great. I saw the movie. I've never seen the TV show.
TV show's really good too.
Yeah,
they're both really good.
Fantastic.
Really good.
Yeah, Tom Sharpling's really involved in the TV show.
It's one of the best TV shows out there, I'd say.
Yeah.
I'm sad, by the way.
'Cause it's a
Tomorrow's
totally
the last
different
episode
cast.
of Curb.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still
Just
behind
started
about
watching
3.
the new season yesterday.
Yeah,
Watched the
we
first
had
3
this.
episodes
Nora
yesterday.
was so into it because she like lives and dies with like it's not fair. He's like trying to do good things and it doesn't. And like people are mean to him. I'm like, I know that's what the show is, right? But the last couple shows she doesn't want to watch anymore because it got way too raunchy. There's like a scene about a whole there's a whole cunnilingus story arc where like when it just comes out of nowhere and Christine's like, close your eyes, Nora. Like, what can you do? What can you do? You got Larry Munch and Rug. Larry Munch and Rug at like full blast. What are you gonna do? Like it's like it just comes out of nowhere, right?
Where Leon says, "What is she, the cum police?"
Yeah.
Saying that I can masturbate or not.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to masturbate.
The first like 5 episodes are all about his penis. Yeah, I know, Kevin. It's a like.
Yeah, no, it's not for kids for sure.
Well, like a lot of them are. A lot of them are like the sweetest and cutest and just like most basic.
Hey, Kelly.
Kelly,
Kelly, hold on, Kelly. You know what also isn't for kids? To be performing in pro wrestling.
Professional wrestling. Yeah.
I think we might be seeing a pattern here.
Yeah.
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 There was
Kevin
a lot more
says-
swears in the last Boom show than in previous
I
ones.
caught that.
thought.
I caught
So,
that.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, you got to change with the times, man. This is what Travis's influence.
That's right. It's The Rock. It's The Rock. It's
Who
got
knows
to us.
what's gonna happen? We're gonna get the Attitude Era of
No.
Boom coming up
Were there
soon.
were there a lot of swears at that last show, Kelly?
It seemed to me more than that was the 4th show I've been to, but but still, I
didn't
mean,
swear.
it was more than I. No, you didn't swear, but there was other swears.
I'm trying to think who else did.
This guy's terrible, man. He doesn't even try.
Yes, I know. Yes.
He's like Humpty
I know.
Dumpty.
I keep saying over and over.
Oh, this guy!
David
What a
Joe.
great athlete! Yeah, he's not. He's only bearing. He's only burying David this match against this guy. Oh, he got it.
Mr.
Oh
Dunn-
God!
Mr.
Oh my
Dunzo?
God!
Jeez.
This guy.
Mr. Denzo as a
This
fellow
is
paisan.
Matthew.
As a fellow paisan,
Back to
you had
back.
good eye.
That was pretty good. That was Belushi-esque. The way out there, Chris Farley,
Let me
pick
get
it up.
GP.
That's a real wooden floor there. No padding.
Well, Denzo, I do. The padding, is for pansies.
Cheese it, yeah.
By
By
the
the
way,
way, do you notice
that's
they don't even have
delicious. Not
graphics for
delicious.
the wrestlers when they introduce them? It's pretty low budget.
Oh,
Oh, there was no budget here.
They spent it all on David's opponent.
There we go. Big suplex for the win for David.
I just picture Bruno
Hey.
taking
The
this.
fuck was that?
Bruno
Is that-
taking this. Bruno
Is that a
Bruno-
manatee? Did I just wrestle a manatee?
Bruno takes this guy aside. He goes, "It wasn't your fault. Clearly, that
My
match was the
son
shit,
just
but
he's not good at this pro wrestling
yeah,
stuff.
no, he's just not taking to it."
Well, I mean, he had quite some difficulty with that sea cow.
You can't blame the sea cow.
You see, Bruno sees everything.
He's a nice guy.
You
See,
couldn't
look,
beat
we
You
got
can't
him
blame the sea cow.
There we go.
That's the
There we go.
episode.
Yes.
I helped you
I
up
said it
there.
out loud, Johnny. That's gorgeous.
What is this?
Sometimes it just emerges like a
Oh.
gem. We got one more,
Jesus.
baby. Main
Uh,
event. Then. Is that
No
Surfer
women.
Sting?
This we
No,
got
no.
we got the Valiant Bros,
What is that?
but
Bill
not
Dundee
not
Jr.?
handsome, not handsome Jimmy, of course.
He was
Handsome Jimmy was in a much better.
He was Bruno
pastures at this
Jr.
point.
He was Bruno Jr. Kevin, they said,
David,
not David. No, he said they said Bruno Sammartino Jr.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
when they
was
that's
announced
Bruno.
him.
David.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was David.
Yeah, but that's the way they announced him. That's what Kev was asking.
Yes.
He
yeah.
wrestled under that in Georgia as well.
Mhm.
Yeah. And when he first came to WWF, he was Bruno David Sammartino. But yeah, this is Johnny and Jerry slumming it big time here.
Oh, Winters. Winters is a name we know. Was it Larry Winters?
Buddy Rogers.
And again, we're seeing Larry Winters starting off very, very quickly.
He's got some good gear, man. Yeah, this guy's gonna save the show. This is the guy. Yeah, here we go. Another day at the office, baby.
I love it.
Let's go, buddy.
Yes.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, hot tag. Let's go. These guys are the FTR of this territory.
I mean, yeah, they're former WWF tag team champions.
Really awesome.
But it's the Valiant Brothers.
It's a Valiant
Rabbit.
Brothers,
It's
Okay.
but not
Johnny-
not the better known or original version, but
Right.
still.
And that's
Well, no, it's
Johnny.
Johnny-
That's Johnny V. Yeah.
it's Johnny Valiant,
Yeah.
Jerry Valiant, and just no Jimmy.
Mhm.
Yeah, man. Well, so maybe we're gonna get to see another good Johnny V match. Remember we saw that really good Johnny V Brooklyn Brawler match way back when.
Backlund. Oh, Brooklyn Pro.
We saw Brooklyn like, yeah, well, that was like his like second match on like some random card, and it was so funny. And
Jesus Christ, really?
yeah, it went out into the crowd. It like he slammed him onto the concrete.
Okay, hey guys. Earlier before the show, Danzo was just showing me some of his favorite old promos, and there's a great one with Albano and the Valiants, and they're talking about Andre, and Johnny V's line about him delivered just like the Borscht Belt comedian that he is. He's like, like was like, he's a freak. He's a professional blind date, and then.
Oh man,
Exit stage left.
that's pretty great.
Massive handful of tights.
Yeah, I'll say.
Freak of the year.
The freak of the year.
So yeah, so this would be like the one experienced group of workers in the show are these two guys.
In this
So
episode,
that's why
yes.
it would have to be the main event. Yeah.
Well, no, I
Well,
mean,
hey,
Soto
Ron Shaw.
and Gypsy Rodriguez were, and
Hmm.
yeah, well, Shaw would have been younger, but Soto and Rodriguez had been wrestling probably since the '60s, and they
Yeah, so
stunk it up in there.
So you have old people
Interesting. Yeah.
and some young people here.
Either, yeah, it's your typical bad.
That's how
territory.
Bruno
It's
pitched
either
it.
Wait, is that
It's-
Frankie
past their
Williams, by
prime
the
or
way?
guys that
It's
are too young.
Cocoon. It's Cocoon, the wrestling show. Him in
What's
front
that?
of. That's how Bruno.
Johnny,
pitched
that's not Frankie Williams, right?
No,
It
No.
looks like him, like a younger version of him.
no, that'd be Frankie Williams if he had hit the gym.
I never lost the match.
in Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah.
But you never wrestled in Columbus,
it. Columbus, Ohio.
I wrestled in
Frankie.
Columbus, Ohio.
I'm undefeated. So I don't know if Piper had. Was that even a city that they were? It wasn't part of the territory.
Well, at that time, well, you know, Kelly, at that time, Columbus was still being fought between with the remnants of the Sheiks organization
and Georgia. Yeah.
Big Frankie Williams fans there. If they'd used Frankie Williams, they could have gotten a toehold in at least to combat the invasion of TBS at the time. Yeah. Frankie Williams could have saved us some. Black Saturday would have come sooner.
There was a chop to the throat, Jack Buford, and an on-waiting Larry Winter trying to.
Jack Buford.
Jack Buford. That's a great
and
name.
Larry Winter.
Hey, someone's got to go, Jack Buford.
That's the truth.
Just sounds like he'd have to have a bushy mustache. You're like decided from birth.
It's a horse they need to take care of.
Buford. Damn it, Buford. Get the fuck in here. Just spitting. Just spitting.
How he got that nickname, I really don't know. Well, how do you get that name? How do you get the name?
Travis is going old school. He's rolling his joints on an album cover. Wow, you are such a hipster.
Yeah.
You are such a hipster.
Removing the seeds. That's so funny. That's what's like in the Dazed and Confused Criterion collection. That's what it's like on the inside. It's awesome. You can see like so many seeds. I'm like, oh, this looks like the worst cannabis I've ever seen in my life.
I remember falling in love with that movie so much because it felt like a documentary to me. Because I was like in grade school in a small town just 15 miles north of where I am right now. And I watched the teenagers in that town, and that movie was basically, just everything I remember of watching the teenagers cruise around a small town.
All-time great film. It's like hanging out with old friends every time you watch it. Just like Boogie Nights or Goodfellas or Rio Bravo.
A lot of those movies. Jaws.
I was about to say Jaws. Yep.
Back to the Future.
Ha, good one.
Caligula.
I've only ever seen clips of that. I've never seen the whole thing.
Man.
Don't yuck my yum.
Ugh.
There was something. It was the history.
Terrible phrase.
The history of nudity in cinema documentary on Amazon that I watched, where Malcolm McDowell's talking about the making of Caligula. Some pretty good quotes there.
Really? What was this on?
It's on Amazon.
Amazon. Yeah, Christine
Prime.
just got Amazon Prime. Yeah.
Okay, Travis, that's hilarious because the very first time I said "Don't yuck my yum," it was a long time ago.
It was a long time. I remember hearing
during Gideon Guys, and it was the first time you heard it, and you laughed. Clearly, now that that's become part of the vernacular, you clearly hate it, and now I'm so glad that I brought it back.
Hilarious.
I think it's called Skin, Travis, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Speaking of skin, this guy's skin is as white as fuck.
That's why he's a winter. He must be another winter, another member of the winter.
Theme of the night has been way too long. Enhancement talent.
Demolition.
Yeah, proto demolition. Decapitated.
It's like a little too late. Little too late. Hey, fuck you, man. Hey, fuck off. Tap. All right, you win, you little asshole.
And
you happy now?
And who was the first manager of Demolition?
That's right, Johnny V.
He taught him how to do it.
That's hilarious.
Wow.
Oh my God, we figured it out. You guys, we cracked the code.
He also taught them all about how to dress like that. But it was in his private collection.
I gotta insert the Charlie Day picture with the red twine and the bulletin board there. But I think you might
Don't leave me hanging, something. Johnny. Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Here we go. We've moved on over the threshold.
Since Johnny put this in the playlist, I was
look at that little CRT behind him. Oh, that's pretty.
You're gonna want to listen to this. This
Okay.
is
What's Joey Styles up to these days? Oh dear.
I just like
Listen
to
to this.
mention to you people out there in TV Wonderland, I am not here to stand here to listen to all this baloney that goes on, whatever you're calling this man
Baloney.
here. He should have no business.
Yeah.
Come out here and stand here right alongside the Superfly. Do you understand? And another thing.
Not
Tom,
really.
You got no reason at all. No reason at all to stand here.
I've never met you. My wife and you are friends. My wife and mine are friends. He's really confused.
Anything. Now, what do you got to say about it, punk?
Mr. Dreamer, your comments?
I thought, wow. Look at this baby face.
You're a legend.
James Dean. Luke
Luke
Perry.
going to the top of the cage and missing that splash. I was rooting for you. I remember when this used to mean something. I don't understand. What are you talking about? This is the greatest opportunity in my life to get in the ring against you. I'm looking forward to this. You're a legend. I'm on my way, and just to get in the ring with you. Oh man, I'm so pumped up. I can't even talk.
Talk.
You know.
Are you trying to tell me that I'm a little old?
No,
Is that what you're trying to say,
no,
brother?
not at all. Not at all. It's an honor for me to get in the ring with you. You've been wrestling longer than I've been alive. I mean, you don't understand. It's just.
No, he just keeps burying himself worse and worse for this insane maniac.
Here, brother. Are you trying to put me down?
I'll meet you on the balcony.
No disrespect here.
Hey, listen. You just keep your own business to yourself. Do you understand that, brother?
Okay, that's okay. Okay, Wild Eyes.
Away from my mouth.
Oh man. Wild Eyes season 8 when he's
Yes,
let
punk.
himself go.
Just remember one thing. And just remember. Just remember who you're looking at.
Jimmy, just calm
And
down.
remember and look at
You
these
need to
eyes.
remind me because I
Listen
forgot
to
who
me.
you're looking. I forgot who you're looking at.
Listen to me,
Who am I?
90210.
Think about it. Whenever it's gonna be, brother.
Jimmy, this is the time of my life.
What don't you get, Tommy Dreamer?
Don't you ever touch me.
Yeah.
Unless you want to finish the job. So seriously, you want to kiss a bit?
Touch me, brother.
Talk to me, man.
Anytime, any place. TCB, brother. Do you understand?
Not really.
It's taking care of business, and I don't care what you say. What do you think? How you think about it?
I don't even know what TCB
Whatever
means.
you want to think about it. Let me tell you this, brother.
What a mess.
When the time comes, just remember one thing. The super
Where did you find this?
is always going to fly, always. You people out there, anybody that's out there, anybody that's here, the Superfly is gonna do whatever he's got to. And what are you gonna do about it? Woo! 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 Woo!
Pardon me?
I'm right here.
Wait, hold on.
What is this?
Ah.
Now he's like, I'm not at all.
Tommy Dreamer's trying
Come
not to
on.
laugh.
Don't cut. Don't cut. No, keep going. Keep going. Keep the camera on. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
That was
Christ.
painful.
All right. So up into this, just a few days ago, in this slot, I had the Terry Funk and Arn Anderson versus Bobby Eaton and Sabu match that we teased the last show. And we added a few other things. So I go, maybe I'll put something else in there. And what better thing to put for me and Joe Danzo than the Fantastics and Terry Taylor versus the Sheepherders and Jack Victory in the barbed wire cage from Bill Watts
Remember
UWF.
this.
The night Joe Danzo got high school lucky with my ex-girlfriend in my bedroom. Thank you. You're welcome, Joe Danzo.
Nice.
Lady Maxine. Tell me about all about Lady Maxine.
Oh, she was okay. She was big, tall chick, and got into wrestling briefly and got out because of Moolah shit. She went to WWF and they were going to give her a push, and Moolah totally sabotaged it, and then she got out of wrestling.
Yeah, as Mad Maxine.
Yeah,
basically right after the first WrestleMania, right, Johnny? She was going to be the first
There we
challenger
go.
for Richter.
Yeah. Okay. Not only now, you have to understand, my ex-girlfriend, Serena, was over with a friend of hers, who's her name escapes me, and we're all just hanging out. And before Joey got to go make out with my ex-girlfriend upstairs, we made these two young teenage girls watch this, because nothing gets these girls, girls hotter.
Yes, you've told this story before.
Than a bloodbath.
Than a bloodbath in a cage.
Have we watched this match before?
No.
I've talked about it a billion times.
Yeah.
But it was Danzo and I that night. We made them wait.
Basements flooded.
I
to quote the great John Hedgepeth.
I made out, me and the girl downstairs, like, we're both like not into making out with each other, but we sort of was one of those like, well, I guess we got nothing else to do, right? And we just kissed for a few minutes, and that was the end of the night.
Oh.
Because apparently this turned on Serena, but the other girl, it was like this. It was like the Sahara. It was like the Sahara down there.
It was the blood.
Yeah. Can be a turn on and can be a turn off.
I believe there was some weird liquor involved that I didn't taste, but
that was the difference.
Jack Daniels, I remember.
Was it Jack Daniels? Was that what it was?
Yeah,
Paging Dr. Daniels, Dr. Jack Daniels.
Oh, there you go. The blood.
An all-time great Fraser Crane line.
Mm-hmm.
From an episode we've talked about many times on the show.
Show.
We can do a full podcast series on Woody's wedding.
I would do a Patreon special of just a Woody's wedding.
Yeah, that sounds good.
A watch along.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Was this the blow off to this feud finally, or what? John?
Yeah, more or less. Yeah, it was insane, dude. Okay, our Joe and I's situation aside, with these young ladies, it was sort of like we had never like this is on. We were both blown away. We're like, this is on television. Look at this. It's insane. Look at it.
Well, we saw it in the magazines, and we're like, wow, now we finally can see it.
Like, did you just luck into it when you're flipping around too?
No,
like,
it was Saturday.
No, it was on 10 o'clock, right? On
it was on U68. I've talked about U68.
Yeah, it was a weird
times.
UHF channel or something.
And we've watched a lot of stuff from U68 on this show, Joe, and we just were flipping around to what to watch with these two girls we were hanging out with that night. And we came upon this, and we're like, and we didn't even come upon the wrestling show. We wouldn't have told these like, hey, let's watch wrestling. I think turned that on as it had already started, and we're like, what the fuck? And we made them watch it.
Dude, look at that, $6,000 for a car.
Yeah, look at the car.
No, I bet you that thing is still on the road. I bet you that thing is still on the road today.
That's true. That's true.
No money down?
I know.
Wow.
Get out of here. All right,
let's call that number, see if the deal's still going on.
Yeah. Hey, you got one of them red ones?
Hey, you guys watch Dark Side of the Ring?
Yeah, I've only seen the first episode.
Some of them.
I'm looking for this week. Chris Cole.
Yeah, the Chris. I haven't seen. I have to wait till
looking forward to this one. Yeah, they supposedly they got some new footage or something.
Yeah, that one I'm gonna go out on my way to see.
I might pay for that episode, but I can just wait until they get onto Hulu now.
Oh yeah,
when the season's done,
the golden years of television.
Yeah,
I wish there was footage of that legendary thing supposedly where he was tripping on acid
comedy
and he saw
classic.
spiders. He started a riot.
Oh, look at this! It's for South Jersey and Pennsylvania, where we are, baby.
Showers and storms.
I love Chris. I love that Chris Colt's career can be. Chris Colt's
showers
career
up in the Vancouver area as well.
Yeah, Chris Colt's career can be summed
Of
up in,
course.
well, I guess wrestling isn't what isn't working out for me anymore. Gay porn it is.
Wow, we get
Oh,
the
I could go
Yeah,
for a
he's one of the
fog latte.
more
Mm,
under-discussed, interesting wrestlers of all time. Chris Colt.
The
But
T
wait, what
stands
happened
for
in the
thunder.
match?
Thunderstorm.
hazy sun. Hot.
What happened to the match? We get this.
Yeah.
I know
The match.
it's
Here's
not
the
even the
weather.
whole show.
It's like this is
just-
only a test.
Dude, it's 73 degrees in
Ah.
Atlantic City.
There you go. I for
too
one, am
bad.
happy we got that break.
I'm curious as to what UHF channel this was on, like some South Jersey one.
May
'Cause we-
25th,
yeah.
1986.
You know what's
Tulsa,
crazy? If you remember, Johnny, at one point, you could basically, where we lived, get up 8 in the morning until about midnight, watch
Mhm.
wrestling every
Oh.
hour if you wanted to.
And Joe, the two of these guys have said over and over again how jealous they are. I could do it without cable. I could do it
Yeah.
without cable.
Yeah.
U68 was like the greatest thing of all time. Every night there was wrestling. You know, even that California Championship Wrestling, which sucked.
No, Travis and I had WWF and Stampede back to back Sunday afternoons, and AWA randomly,
Yeah.
it seemed, throughout the week on TSN.
TSN, yeah.
And also Pro Wrestling Plus with Eddie Whalen, where we would see clips from World Class and Memphis and
Which we
Florida
will
and
be
stuff.
dipping back into on this show.
Right.
Awesome.
But it was, yeah, none.
I mean,
not
I'd
like
say
main
starting
event
8,
level
it was
stuff.
TBS. That was live from 8 to 10. Then you watch WWF. Then there was Pro Wrestling USA. I'm including some goofy ones too, like Glow. You know, I didn't like that.
Yeah, we had Glow. I remember it
Then
being
there
on, like,
was the
midnight.
NWA one. Then there was the Mexican channel that had the NWA, but a different version of it. So you'd watch that too. I mean, it just kept going. Then then there was World Class.
Yep.
all
No,
this
when
stuff.
Philly, because then Philly 57 arrived. It was a new UHF channel, and we immediately checked to see what wrestling was going to be on, and it was World Class and Classic World Class. And then
Classic world
U68.
class.
And then you
Unfortunately, that was the end of World Class being good.
It was
when
right-
we started getting it. It was
Yeah.
the
Right,
very
right,
end
right.
of it being good. It started going
Exactly.
downhill.
exactly.
Mhm.
But one of
Yeah, well, 86 was kind of like the last
Yeah.
glory year of the territories.
one of the foundational parts of Danzo and I's friendship was I didn't have cable because our town didn't have cable. And even if our town did have cable, my father would not have paid for cable. So and then living at my
got it,
grandparents,
yeah.
at my grandparents for a bit, it was the same thing. So Saturday nights at Danzo's house was the greatest to watch TBS and then this.
And you also
right.
had MSG Network at some point, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did, but then I
It
didn't get it for
ended
another year.
the day ended though at midnight. You had wrestling. Remember, WWF had a midnight show on Channel 9 because
Yeah.
after that the horror
Yeah,
movie came on, the
that's
old school
right.
horror movie.
And
For
you-
years, that was the only time slot they had, right?
Yeah.
Midnight.
Yep.
Yeah. Here
Oh,
we go.
look at this.
Look at this from the top.
Superfly, and then they cut away. That's great. Good camera work.
Look, oh, he climbed up on the top of that rickety.
Yeah. You can smell the
Constructed
cedar.
that
You can
afternoon.
smell the cedar from here.
Yeah.
Look at this. This is
crazy.
insane. They're all covered in blood.
Spanish fly.
They've
Okay.
never done a barbed wire match like this again.
No.
Really.
I love these.
Mystery
Where
Titans
it's like
theme
a
is-
whole
Don't
cage.
give Tony Khan ideas.
Mystery Titans Theater favorite Jack Victory in this match.
Yeah, nice.
He's there to take the pinfall. He's there to take
Because
the
usually
pinfall,
it's wound up in the ropes for the
I
classic.
met him at a Flyers Devils game. He was very nice. He's very
he's a
stern,
Devils fan.
like hello. I know
he's
he's
a Devils
cool to me
fan.
though.
Ooh,
Yeah, he was
Patrick
with Tommy
Warburton?
Dreamer. I met both of them.
Jack Victory.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they were nice. I had Flyers jersey on. They didn't give me any shit. They knew better.
Oh wow, so
Yeah.
you're a Flyers fan, Joe and John.
They've heard Telltale. That's
Very
funny.
dangerous Joe Danzo.
All right, and I grab one more beer. Be right back.
wrestling match. The Fantastics and Terry Taylor against the brutal combination.
Plus Jim Ross in his prime.
Oh yeah, and Hayes, Ross and Hayes were amazing on
Yep.
commentary together. Oh, here we go. That's it.
That was a pretty weak
Good
freaking
enough.
roll up pin there. That looked like that shoulder was up
Yeah.
with.
Dude, that fucking corrupt Tommy Gilbert, right, Danzo?
That's right. I knew it.
Mm-hmm.
At the convention center for this phenomenal showdown.
And now my ex-girlfriend grabbed Danzo to go make him a half a man in my bed.
Woo!
Boom, pro wrestling.
Oh, there you go.
Here we go. Travis is missing it.
Here's what you may have missed. The show kicked off with the tag team debut.
Oh, this is from February.
Uh-huh.
I went to the show just last weekend.
High energy affair that had the boom
What is
box
this
cracking
garbage?
with excitement.
What the fuck are you watching?
What's this mud show bullshit?
Yeah.
Next,
That's a terrible cornet.
Who's that
Hey,
guy?
there's Evan Rivers. And Travis Williams, both guys I met yesterday, Joe. Both of these guys. Wow.
Notice he does not address the question I asked. Why not Jackie?
No, he's actually saying Travis Woloshyn was my first opponent, and you're like, was I?
That belt actually
counting arrived with Kyle Fine.
got defended in Japan with Kyushu Pro because
Yes.
Brady had a relationship with Tajiri. That's who runs Kyushu Pro there. So we were able to have it actually go to he actually. So story is Evan was on vacation for a couple weeks there, and we're like, well, dang, could we do something? And then it worked out. But there's all sorts of visa things, so it was tricky. But yeah, it was crazy. It was so cool to see that, that belt being defended in one of those all those Japanese venues that you see, right?
Yeah. We can consider it a world title now. It's been defended
right.
in Japan.
Yeah,
that was the usual. That was like the old PWI, qualifications for titles. So they were defended outside of the States.
You're now officially a real world title.
Mm-hmm.
This is Max, the owner of the company's legitimate mother, Joe.
Okay. You are a piece of shit.
Yeah, there's a curse. There's a curse, and there's a curse.
Yeah,
Piece of
see, it's
shit.
getting blue.
Is this the attitude era?
Well, now that the Rock now that the Rock is in charge of Boom, they're letting things go with the cursing.
Gonna
The
have
Rock says
bikini
boom.
contests coming up, and
Yeah.
mud wrestling.
Yeah, but it'd be Travis versus Max.
Travis and Max in a mud
in an
wrestling.
evening gown.
Evening gown match in mud.
Bra and panties. You got to strip us down to our
Bra
bra
and
and panties.
That's
Bra
the
and
main event
panties.
of the-
Bra and
the next
panties
big one.
in a children's pool full of poutine, but not the fries, just the gravy.
Yeah.
Just the gravy and the cheese curds.
Mhm.
So this has been my big angle this season, Joe.
Okay.
The BC Athletics Commission keeps finding me.
I feel bad for you.
Wild Eyes has been fined
For that comment.
Wild Eyes.
Professional conduct towards the BC Athletics Commission.
That's his gimmick name, Joe.
Appealing the decision. Next,
Wild,
it was
Wild Eyes, Travis Woloshyn. Now, it'd be great if you could make one of your eyes go like Robert Gibson's and really be Wild Eye.
Lazy eye.
It's my
Travis
tribute
gotta
to
be his
Robert
heel.
Gibson. To Robert Gibson and Shawn Michaels.
Uh-huh.
They were soon joined by Nicole
There we go.
Izzy McQueen.
My favorite wrestler, Joe, Nicole Matthews.
Okay.
My nephew's favorite wrestler is Jackie Lee, who drew #1. This is our Rumble. And this is all Brady Malibu is our Pat Patterson in all the good ways.
Okay,
About to say, I hope.
Yeah,
Just
like
the good
he
ways.
put this all together. Yeah, Zamaya, fucking amazing from Arizona.
Where is this based out of?
Vancouver, buddy. This is our show.
yeah, this is
So you went up there, Johnny, to Vancouver?
Yeah,
This is
this
where
is
John.
their,
Yeah.
their second show. I was the ring announcer, got paid $50 Canadian, so I'm an officially
Pesky, future guest.
I can't believe Canada let a dirtbag like you in, Johnny.
Well, it was for
Well,
wrestling.
Canada's not that great of a country sometimes.
Thanks, Trudeau.
Joe, I stayed in a like 4-star hotel just 2 blocks over from the scenic Skid Row. It was
shout out to Izzy McQueen did the three faces of Foley gimmick where she came out as herself, then Prawn Cena, and then you'll see her third one later.
Okay, so how did you guys fill out 30? Because with Boom's general roster,
that was 27. She played 3, right?
Okay. I mean, how many?
But we had enough.
No, basically, how many were just like some people were like, "Hey, you want to come and do the show?" Who not your regulars? I mean,
I don't know. Everybody had appeared at one point or another.
Yeah, because
think about it, yeah.
You don't have the same guys every show. It's kind of a rotating.
That's what I mean. But so
crew.
somebody who maybe have only appeared once, as opposed to others who have appeared multiple shows.
Yep,
Who's
Zamaya
the
had only
Lincoln
been
guy, by the way.
What's that?
The great
the
Pete
Abe
Powers.
Lincoln?
His name is Pete Powers. You can look him up.
Okay.
Amira's amazing too. Amira is John Cena. She's the best.
Joe, one of the lines that I got to announce for Lincoln, and there was a bunch of them that our friend Brad McNeil wrote and gave to Lincoln, who gave to me, and the only one I can think of right now was the sensation of emancipation.
That's good.
The Illinois rail splitter.
The Illinois rail splitter, but there was 4 of them. He handed me 4. He's like, "Which ones do you think are good?" I'm like, "I think they're all good. Why don't we do all of them?"
Just before Sachin Sahel emerged at number 28. Sahel did not last long. At 29,
See, here she is, as Stone Cold Steve Autumn. Her bald cap fell off immediately. She's the best, man. She's the best. She's so fun.
Yeah,
and there's our boy. And there's our boy Randy.
The weirdo hero himself, ravenous Randy Myers. Myers was able to ride the excitement of his return and eliminate Taryn and Stephen Crow. Brady Malibu eliminated Ren Yoshino, but took too long gloating and was in turn the victim of a shock elimination by Tommy. Mello returned the favor.
Oh.
Michael Richard Blaze caught Randy Myers from behind, and Jackie Lee was able to get just
This was a big moment. The way the crowd. Malika's so good, man.
Only 3 remained.
I was gonna say, I look at of all these talented people, then you can't help it. You look at Malik and go, he's got the size and the talent.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
Okay, Joe, the heel here is Uncle Daddy Tony Baroni.
And that's a finish.
The
Oh,
greatest
what a
name ever.
finish, eh? Look how close that was. A Reffy mark right there.
Oh, just barely.
2024 Rumble Pack winner. A Hall of Fame performance from both Lee
And
that's our money in the bank.
who is your new keeper of
Yes.
Yeah, the golden haunches.
Nice. Excuse me.
Yep. There's as of today, there are 4 tickets left for the show on the right. The show on the left may be our first non-sellout because WrestleCore has a show that same night at the Rickshaw, but we'll see. Thank you. Thank you for including that, Johnny.
You have to stack that card, get it on.
All right,
We have it ahead of time.
Okay, we have not talked about the Patreon. We've got everyone out there who's enjoying the show. Thanks for tuning in, Danzo. I mean, this is how often is this going to happen? Me and Danzo under the same fucking roof. I feel like touching me. I feel like touching Austin Idol. I'm gonna go touch Danzo in a minute. But you should be touching your keyboards on your phone or your computer and signing up for the Patreon, because we've got a great one from Danzo tonight that we curated together, and we've got a backlog of awesome stuff from the past year at the Patreon. It's $5 a month.
Yeah.
Come on. for the price of a cup of coffee.
Thanks, Johnny.
You could help out with. Look, I know, I know medicine and shit is free in Canada, but braces, I guess, are still expensive, right? Is that true?
For Nora, she still needs those braces.
Uh-huh.
We're trying to get to where dentistry will also
Dino
be.
plan.
Yeah.
But like, this is a babyface Austin Idol, which is kind of fun. Dean
Martin.
Hilarious.
This video rules, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, this is Vegas. Yeah.
This is the kind of stuff that Moose loves. We're missing
He's
him
from Vegas. He's billed from
That's
Vegas.
Kevin telling it in Tijuana, Mexico, there's a statue of Abraham Lincoln breaking chains because he also freed Mexican slaves. He's a man. He's beloved. Kevin was there when the two they started singing during his matches, Joe, the Star Spangled Banner in Canada out of nowhere.
That's awesome.
And he gets a lot of like 4 more years chants. 4 more years. People can chant it. Really funny. Oh man, he's got a great feud coming up.
Idol in the kiddie pool is pretty fun. Jerry, he filmed it at Lawler's house. Hey, King, why do you have a kiddie? Why do you have a kiddie pool? Never mind, Austin.
No, they didn't really even question.
It's where my wife likes to relax.
So this was before the big feud between them, I take it.
Well,
right?
I mean, he was in and out of there forever. Presented by.
Yeah.
Oh, I love to making us wait. Who is it?
Can't wait.
Oh,
thanks.
I was guessing H. Shay. I was so close.
I was gonna say I thought it would have 69 in the name for sure. But
Hold on. What's this?
One of those woo tickets.
A woo ticket? What do you mean by a woo ticket? Oh, it's a woo
I've
ticket.
seen this.
North Carolina Education
4 more
Lottery.
years. 4 more years.
Maybe how many years he has left on this
Oh,
planet.
boy.
Ooh, you want to see me do the helicopter, Grandma? Woo.
I want one of these tickets. And there's none of the Flair stuff up here. I look everywhere for it.
He's gonna whip his dick out at this old woman. And
No, I want to smoke his
Is that the end? Are we done?
That's it.
We are.
We're done.
All right. Good night, everybody. We'll see you
Good
on the next step. Dang, I like that. That kind of came up out of nowhere. I got to get out of here.
We got to go.
Thanks everybody on Twitch. We really appreciate and that means Kevin. Kevin was with us through the whole up.
Yeah. Thanks.
Hey, thanks, Kev. You're the best.
And we'll see you soon. Bye, guys.
Birds.